Hello! Let me just move you down a bit. Hello there, Julie. You're the first comment that I can see. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to have to get my pinner. Bear with. Right, you stay here looking at my wall. Actually, I need to post all this out because a lady won it. I think it was Sam who won it the other day, so I'm posting that all out tomorrow. Have a look at my wall while I get my pinner, because there's no way I'm doing today's workshop. Today's live without a pinny on, because I've got my nice shiny new t-shirt that my friend bought me, and I don't want to get paint all over it. I went dog walking this morning, and I noticed on my dog walking trousers bright yellow paint. I actually think it might have been this one that was all over my dog walking trousers. I look like a walking piece of art this morning. Good afternoon, everybody. I think I've already said good morning. I'm now lovely to have your company. Hey, I tell you what, everybody, our lovely Abs, I heard of him this morning. He sounds so much better. Our Jess is in my head today. Say hello, Jess. Oh, I can't hear her. That's worrying. Oh, yeah, I can. That's good. Doesn't he sound better, Jess? He sounds amazing. It's like, he's full of beans now, isn't it? What? Go on. He's flown off to the Netherlands for a show, so it's a good job he's feeling better, isn't it? Honestly, he could not have done telly yesterday and then flown to the Netherlands today. I think telly yesterday would have wiped him. So, but yeah, he sounded full of beans again, proper abs again. So yeah, he's very well. And if you're going to the Netherlands show, A, I'm very jealous. B, you're going to see him there. Now, who's saying hello? We've got loads of people already. Jane, Julie, Margaret, Lynn. Oh, I hope you're okay, Lynn. I did see your post, sending you lots of love. It's lovely to everyone for joining. Julie, that's good news. Yes, it is. It's nice that the head colleague is better. Gillian, yes, indeed, it wasn't all over. Yes, indeed, it wasn't all over the fairies. Just myself, obviously, and my carpet and my shoes. Sam, yay, lovely to have your company. Oh, and you're getting a hello, Jess, coming in as well. Yeah, Jess is in my head. Jess is in the London. Yeah, see, people are saying hello to you. Isn't that lovely? There's so many people coming through. Thank you ever so much, everybody. It's always lovely to have your company on these Thursday afternoons. I've got things lined up on my radiator drying, so I'll be showing you those. We're going to be playing with gel plate. We're going to be playing with Simon Hurley stuff, and we're going to be playing with the brand new collection, of course, from AALL&Create. I like doing this. I like using the new collection a lot because, obviously, you don't want to just get it and then that be that and we're moving on to the next one. It's great getting loads and loads of different ideas and information and inspiration. And actually, I've just been chatting to Jess, and Janet is on Hobby Maker. When's she on? Next Saturday, is it, Jess? Yeah, 5th, right? So pop that in your diary. So our lovely Janet is on the 5th. On Hobby Maker, and she'll be using the Summit New collection as well. So again, loads and loads of ideas and inspiration, and we love it when our Janet's on Zella. Fabulous. It's lovely for you all to be coming through. Thank you. Now we've got Sue, we've got Margaret saying hiya to Jess. In fact, everyone's saying hello to you. That's lovely. Lillian, Vanessa, and I love it when you start saying hello to each other as well. It's a proper little gang, isn't it? Now, I'll go through the doodads, all the information, the regular stuff. If, of course, you're used to us, then you know all the regular stuff. But if you're not, then first of all, if you never want to miss a live, then if you type live in the comments and just press return, then that will send you a link. It registers you. And then when we're doing a live, it sends you a little reminder. So you don't have to miss any of our lives. So that's a way of setting a reminder for yourself, which is really handy. Oh, look, you're all saying hello. It's really lovely. Cards, Paper, Looks. I love that. It's a good long name. Your mum are very imaginative. Now I have to try and remember how to say your name. I've forgotten how to say your name. And Noelle, Maria. So, Abs was telling me how to say your name properly because I was saying it wrong. And Abs said, it's like, and then Noel at the end, isn't it? Oh, when your thing comes back up again, when a message comes back up again, can you break up your name for me so I say it properly? Yeah, I know. Hopefully, you know who I'm talking to, because that's terrible. Now you've no idea what I'm talking about, do we? Charlene, lovely to have your company. We've got Denise. Oh, no, I'm watching now. I'm watching comments because it's Marianne OL, but I say it wrong. And Ab said it so beautifully. I hate that. When I say it, it sounds so northern. Yvonne, hello, lovely ladies. Anyway, get back to it. So, if you want a reminder, that's how you get your reminder. Now, as ever, one lucky person is going to be winning £20 today. All we ask you to do is type win in the comments and type it loads of times. Every time you remember, just type win. That will get you in with the chance of winning £20 today, and literally someone wins every time we do a live. And we do ask you to share the live as well. That helps spread the word, spread the love, then get it out there, get it into everybody's news feed. So yes, that's all we ask you to do. We will let you know by the end of the hour, who am I joking? By the end of the couple of hours, who's going to win that £20, okay? So make sure you share and type in win. The more times you type in win, the more chances you've got of actually winning that £20 today. So that's our two sort of things that you have to do. And then, of course, as we go through the demonstration, I'll be using loads and loads of goodies. If you do want any of those goodies, the details will always pop up over my head. Our lovely Jess is in charge of that. All you need to do, for instance, because I will be using, let me show you this on a sneak peek. I will be using that on a gel plate. And yeah, I haven't, it is dried though, so we're going to be trying to pull that and hoping it works. There's nothing better than experimenting on a live. Unless you're experimenting on TV. Either which way, it's nerve-wracking. But if you want anything, okay, the details will pop up over my head. Now, this acts as you're building a shopping list. So all you need to do, you don't need to go off, you don't need to go onto the website. All you need to do is type in. So, for instance, if you wanted the complete collection of the Simon Hurley pastes, the Astro, then you just type in shop Astro complete. That's all you'd need to do. What it does then, it sends you a link. You can follow that link and it opens up your basket. Now, from there, you can check out, you can take things out, you can add things to it. So just because you've typed that into the messages, that doesn't mean you've paid for it. So don't panic. Don't think, I've spent a fortune. Don't panic. You can type in as little or as much as you want, and it's just going to create a list for you. And then after the live, you can go and have a look at your list and decide what you want to keep and what you want to add to, etc. Obviously, if you then want to go onto the website as well, you most definitely can do. So it's a great way of shopping because it means as I'm actually chatting on, you can. It's like being able to write out your sort of wish list without needing to write out a wish list. So it's a great way of just remembering what I've used. At the end of the hour, or however many hours I chun her on for, at the end we will do a little reminder, so you'll get all the products coming up, and that will remind you what I've been using. And of course, everything is on the AALL&Create website. So if you do want to just browse on the website, and if you've got questions, I will keep an eye. Oh, Lynn got booted. How rude, Lynn. I'm glad you're back. There we go. Now, see, Marianne Noel, but I'm saying it wrong, aren't I? Marie Noel. Is that right? Marie Noel. That does sound better, doesn't it? Oh, is that right? Marie Noel. Have I said it right? And if I have, it's because Jess told me. I hope I've got it right. Marie Noel. Yeah, when Abs was saying, he definitely said Noel, but I couldn't break it up without seeing it. Oh, it's such a beautiful name. Anyway, so I hope I've got that right. So, yeah, that's how to shop. That's how to get reminders. And that's how to get in with a chance of winning £20. Hurrah! are. Now, what we do need to do is some crafting, don't we? Now, of course, I'm going to be using the new products or the latest release from AALL&Create. I should imagine quite a lot of you have already got that now because we've teased you so much with it, haven't you? Who's already got it? Who's got it delivered? Who's been playing with it? Have you already shared something? I'd love to know. I'd love to know if you've already been crafting with it. If you have, then that's really exciting. And please do share. If not, then hopefully I'm going to give you some more tips and techniques today. But I'm going to be mixing it up. I want to bring in some of the gorgeous paintings. In fact, let me give you a spin. Are you ready for a spin, everybody? There we go. As usual, that's my room of chaos. Look at the room of chaos. Oh, good grief. Right, let's not look at the room of chaos. Chaos is for another day. Let's bring you closer to the mat and then I can see you. One of these days, I'm going to get a step for behind here so I can actually see the screen, and I'll put this light on. That's a bit better. Okay, so gel plates. So I've got a few gel plates already out, and I'm also going to be using paints. Now, as I said, I've got some Simon Hurley out, but we've also got some of the amazing Dina Wakley paints. Now, love these. Gel plates are great to hold them on as well, because look, they don't spill everywhere and they don't run away. Now, I've got a selection of paints. There's a lot of different colours. Whoa. If you wanted everything, look at that. That's mega. How many paints are there? 55, does that say? 55 colours. Oh, that's a bit tasty. Now, if you want that bundle, okay, you do get a big saving, obviously, because it's a big old purchase, £193.12. Obviously, you've got Klarna if you want to split it, or, of course, if you're doing PayPal, I know you can split the pays on PayPal. So you have got different ways of splitting it. I haven't got them all. I've just got a selection here. But they've also released 6 new colours. Now, I haven't got those yet, but if you wanted the 6 new colours, they're not in that big bundle. But the 6 brand new colours are gorgeous pastels, brand new. And you can get all 6 of those for £21.94. Obviously, if you type in shop new paints, pop that in the comments, or shop paints, that'll put it into your basket. You will get that link, but you're not checking out yet. So what you could do then after the live, you could go and have a look at the colours and make your mind up. And that's a great way of just remembering, right, these are the paints she used. They're the new paints, so have a little look. So that's what I'm using today. I love these. Obviously, Dina Wakley is amazing. She's such an incredible artist. She's such an incredible creative. And her paints are lovely. They are acrylic paints, and you've got a mixture. You know, there's some that are quite translucent. There's some that are quite opaque. I love the fluorescence. They're really beautiful. So there's loads of different techniques. And of course, whether you're using them for art journaling, whether you're using them for your gel plate, there's loads of different uses. But I do like the I knew this one. I knew I am unblock that one. It will be the first one I picked up. I need to unblock that. I have got I've got my thingy somewhere as well, ready to unblock. I love the nozzle. Now, the thing is as well, because it's acrylic paint, you can let it dry like this. Obviously, it needs time to dry, but you can let it dry like that. Now, maybe I'd be doing this on a my journal, you know, or on a piece of card. As it happens, I've got a gel plate. Now, I like doing stuff like this because it's playing. You know, I'm just experimenting, I'm just playing, I'm just making marks. And I think that's quite fabulous, especially on a gel plate. Because a gel plate, afterwards you can pick this up. Let it dry, you can pick it up. And the nozzles are great because you can be really specific with it and get the detail. It does allow you to play. But it's a paint, so you can use it as normal, you know, as a paint. So there's tons of ways you can use it. And as I say, loads of different colours. They are beautiful, really rich. This is me just messing about. All I was doing was showing you the nozzle, to be fair, and then it ended up with me getting a bit messy and just playing. Now, the gel plate I'm using, we have got a mixture of different sizes in gel plates. This one is an 8x10. 8x10 inch. Now, gel plates, if you've not used gel plates, and I know a lot of people have used gel plates, or a lot of people have got gel plates and then put them in the cupboard. I love gel plates. Gel plates are one of those that they can either be a little bit scary or they can be truly, truly addictive. There's so many things, Linda. Late as usual, don't you worry. Oh, and lovely Peg. I'm lovely to see have your company again, Peg. Oh, don't worry about being late, Linda. All I'm doing is making splodges on a gel plate. But yeah, we've loads of different sizes of gel plates. I like the 8x10. I have got even bigger, to be fair. But this is great for your bigger prints, but not necessarily always bigger prints. You know, obviously you don't have to load the full thing. You might only want to load half of it. So it gives you a nice big surface area. Currently, all I'm doing is dots. Now, gel plates are one of those that at first, oh my gosh, I used to be so nervous about what I'm allowed to use on it. Then there were loads of things I didn't use on it because I thought I couldn't. Now, there's nothing I don't use on it. You know, I mean, the other day I even saw someone using the heat gun. So it's like, oh, fabulous. And now I've been using my heat gun on it. They just seem so, and I haven't ruined one yet, touch wood. I have got proper wood counters, but I haven't ruined one, and I've abused them. As you can probably imagine, I don't spend much time cleaning my gel plate traditionally, although I think I will do a bit of conditioning them. You can condition them with baby oil. I haven't, and mine seem to be okay. But, you know, after a while, maybe, and I think a few of them, I think it's got to a point where I will. But they're such a good tool. Now, I'm just making marks, okay? I'm going to let this dry. But I just wanted to sort of show you some of the beautiful colours of the paint. Now, put this down to one side. My gel plate, this one, now this, as I say, is your shop 8x10, that's 8x10 inches. You get your different sizes. We've also got a smaller one, the A5, so shop A5. You might love that because that's great for card making. And again, I will mix and match them so you can see different prints. Now, I've got my gel plate on, and I really like this one of, and I'll show you. This is the A4 AALL&Create stamping platform, and it's really, really handy to put my gel plate on. So it means I can pick my gel plate up. I won't be able to flip this because part of it's not sticky anymore. I could actually stamp with it. So when you've got smaller gel plates, for instance, the circle one, like the circle I've got on my A5 stamping platform, so it means I can stamp with it, and that's ace. Like the A5 gel plate, you would be able to put on your A5 stamping platform, or the A4 one. It's really, really handy. Get it out, been in the packaging. Honestly, the lovely thing is with gel plates, it feels scary, but it isn't. There's so much you can do with these. Honestly, I do not look after mine. I should do. I don't. I'm really bad. But I haven't ruined one yet. And that's something, isn't it? And I tell you what, there's loads of ways of cleaning them. Now, I'm going to show you this, okay? Now, if you want to go for your acrylic block, I always recommend you have more than you need anywhere with your acrylic blocks. Because if you're anything like me, you've already lost at least 3. Because they just disappear. Do yours do that? Do they just disappear? Mine do. So I'd always recommend you have more acrylic blocks. I use mine for loads of things. I use my acrylic blocks, especially look, I've got spare. Woohoo! In fact, I've got 2 spare. That doesn't happen. I use we haven't got loads of stock of these either. So if you do want the blocks, I'd be quick with these. I use them when I'm doing my thingy foam as well. Thingy foam, shaving foam technique. They're cracking for shaving foam technique as well. So yeah, I definitely don't just use them for acrylic blocking, for me stamping. But if you do want your acrylic block, definitely pop that in your basket because there's not heavy stock. Now, gel plate, back to gel plate. This one's a 6x6. I've got two 6x6 gel plates here. Now, I had to let these dry, so I'm going to do this in reverse, okay? Now, what I've done is used, and I'll show you what I've actually used with these. So I've used our Simon Hurley. I'll just dip down, bear with. I'm just picking up random colours. I've actually used our Simon Hurley paste on the gel plate, and I'll show you what I've done with it in a few moments. So I'm doing it the other way around, okay? Now, this one is the fake plant, okay, that I've popped on there. This one is a mixture. So I've used a Love Struck, and I've also used the, what does that say? Silver Lining. So I've used a mixture on here, okay? Now, this is what I'm on about when you can use all sorts of products. Experiment. My acrylic box gone walk is in it bizarre. In it bizarre. They just disappear, don't they? It's like the craft. It's the craft fairies playing cruel tricks on us. Did you know that? That's what it is, Samantha. Fairies are very naughty and they hide things. So this is a great way of cleaning your gel plate. And because, look, because the paste, can you see how it's all wrinkly? It's like me when I haven't put my moisturiser on. When, look, it's all wrinkly, but it's not cracking. Some paste, it won't work. Some paste will just flake off. I tried it with a glue and that just flaked off. Experiment though. You know, don't worry. Experiment. See what it does. Okay? Because as I say, I haven't killed one of mine yet with my wonderful plates. So if you do want your Simon Hurley paste, if you haven't got them already, the complete set is there. So you can go for the complete set. And I tell you what, when we did the live the other day with the complete set, that actually sold out. It was so busy. So there's going to be a lot of you who've got these pastes. This is the Lunar paste. That, and I'm going to show you, I love doing this. I love doing this. This is the Lunar. So it's that Silver Lining mixed with the Love Struck. Okay, so it's these two colours that are part of the Lunar. All I've done, and if you want to go from individually, they're all there on the website now. You put it on your plate, let it dry. But then look at this. Just gently start to peel it off your plate. I've done two so you can see, and I'm just being careful. Sometimes it does sort of break, which is dead annoying because you want a full skin. But isn't that satisfying? Is that not one of the most satisfying things you've ever seen? Isn't that just gorgeous? And look how clean my plate is. I know it doesn't look clean, but it is. Because what this does, and I'll show you in a minute, what this does is take, and this actually wasn't a really dirty plate, but look at that. I've got a fabulous, fabulous skin now. This, you can use this for all sorts, because look how textured and how it moves. It's just got such incredible movement. So if you wanted to, I don't know, cover a tin, if you wanted to cover something, you could literally glue it onto something, you know, for upcycling. Isn't it beautiful? It's like peeling PVA off your skin. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's just the best thing. It honestly, Vanessa, literally like that. But look at that. Look how it is so flexible. Isn't that cool? So imagine what you're going to be able to use that on. Like, you're obviously going round stuff. Maybe you're going to be gluing your card onto it. You know, you can't, or gluing it onto your card. You can use it for, you know, for your card making. But because it is so flexible, I want to put it round stuff. I want to decorate stuff with it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And that is your paste. Now, I'll show you, because I know mine doesn't look dirty. That side's clean. that side's mucky, and actually that's mucky. So you can see the base, everything's dirty. But my gel plate is stained anyway. I don't worry about that. It doesn't affect my print. But isn't that beautiful? I've done one more. I have got one more ready for you because I wanted to show you this. Now, what I've done, I've put a bit of card at the top. To help get, I wanted, because I found it, the first time I was doing this, I found it difficult to get it started. So I thought if I put a bit of card at first, that'll help me get that first little bit going. But it also shows you how dirty this plate is. So can you see how dirty my plate is? But look, if I start to peel this now, and this will prove, I thought this will show you just how good it is at cleaning your plate. I love this. This is worth getting a dirty plate for, because you're gonna know the clean ones are actually quite boring compared to the mucky ones. Don't. Oh, that might still be a bit wet there actually. Yeah, I've got a bit of wet paste. Can you see? It's not quite dry there. That must have been a bit thick. I did this morning because I forgot yesterday. I planned to do this yesterday, but then obviously I'm a hobby maker and I forgot. So I only prepped this morning, but it's dried. I did put it on top at radiator. My gel plates, put it on top at radiator. Now, look how dirty my plate were. Isn't that cool? That's the colour of the paste. That's all the stuff it's picked up. Isn't that fab? So look, and obviously that bit's a bit wet still, but you can see how dirty my plate were. And look at that. This is the best way of cleaning your plate. It's so satisfying. And look at that print. Isn't that fabulous? Now, can you die cut it? Do you know what? We'll have a go. I think we'll need to put a piece of paper in between this and your die, because I think this is going to be quite sticky. And I feel the pressure of going through the machine will push that into your die, and then I feel that we possibly wouldn't be able to get it out of your die. So I feel that we'd need to protect it. But we'll have a play. We'll have a play, because why not? Isn't it cool? Isn't it cool, Jane? And the texture, look at all the texture up there. Oh, it's so, so nice. And obviously, you know, if you're stamping, you could stamp on that. As long as you're using a permanent ink, you're going to be stamping on that. You know, it is a paste. Maybe you're going to be putting another layer of paste over the top of that. Because you can do, you know, the paste will adhere to it, so you can easily put another layer over the top. I'm going to cut that bit off because that was just to get the first bit. But isn't that cool? I had to show you that. I just thought, yeah, you need to see that. I'm going to show you how easy it is to load, because obviously I've sort of done it. I want to find a dirty bit now. I've done it where, you know, where obviously I'm in fact, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do some gel printing. By the end of it, I'm going to have a dirty plate, and then I'm going to show you how to load it for this technique, okay? But while we're talking about the skins, let's have a go at die cutting. Now, I was thinking about die cutting. I haven't done it, so I'm not 100% sure, but we'll have a go, okay? Because that's what these lives are all about. Vanessa, I absolutely will do. Absolutely blaming you. Lovely Peg. So, Peg has said, yeah. Oh, fabulous. Yes, Peg, thank you for your question. Yeah, of course, Facebook's new rules, after, I think it's a month, isn't it? They're getting rid of all the lives. So what we're doing, we're going to be uploading all of these lives onto Facebook. It's not onto Facebook, onto YouTube. So onto the AALL&Create YouTube channel, we're going to load them in full on there. And then I'm going to actually, when I've got a bit of time, I am going to go through and actually do some editing and just edit some of them down as well, so I can make some shorts out of them, just in case you don't want to sit and watch 3 hours. But yes, they will be on YouTube, and I think that's really cool, because obviously, there you go, guys. Obviously with the Facebook thing, you know, it keeps saying now, I keep getting messages going, this is going to be deleted. So yeah, They won't disappear forever, Peg, so thank you very much. Right, now then, let's have a little see. So, I wish, I don't mind my Gemini, I like my Gemini, but I wish it had a flat top, because I can never, and I've never any room, so a flat top, a die-cut machine with a flat top, makes all the difference, doesn't it? Who's got a die-cutting machine with a flat top? The rounded top does me head in. I love. Do you know what? That it's quite nice. Now I'm not on. Now I'm not on Create and Craft, and I don't have to worry about. If I'm saying the wrong thing or the right thing. It's like meh, just say what I think. I love the machine. Don't get me wrong. However, that bugs me. I'm rummaging thoughts because I'm looking for a bit of paper to die cut. Because I'm going to put paper in between it. I'm going to put this in between. Nice, isn't it? But this is one that didn't go right. Then again, I kind of like the art. I'm going to get one that hasn't, when I've been practising, because I have loads of practice sheets. When I'm practising with my gel plate, I do use a lot of copier paper. And you can use copier paper. You don't have to use your most expensive paper. Have a play with different papers. Because honestly, it's one of them, if you use your most expensive stuff, let's use that one. If you use your most expensive stuff and it doesn't go right, then you're going to be gutted. So definitely use your least expensive first. And the thing is, the experimenting is so important with this. That's with your gel plate, that's the fun bit. The experimenting is brilliant. So definitely experiment and definitely don't spend a fortune on cardstock. Use the stuff that's... Jess is abandoning us, everybody. No! So definitely use all your scrap stuff, okay? Use bills. Use your... I don't know, use your, what else do we throw away? We throw away all our thingies, don't we? Envelopes. Things like that. Use stuff like that. If you've got newspapers, print on a newspaper, print on magazines. There's so many surfaces that you can print off. And I tell you what, they'll give you different results as well. So you get really interesting results. Just by experimenting. And let's face it, if it goes wrong, die cut it, because it always looks better when it's die cut. Right, are you ready? Let's see if this has worked. I'm going to bring you closer again, everyone. Whee! There we go. Big Shot switch. Yeah, that's got a nice flat top, hasn't it? Doesn't it make a difference? I don't think I've got a switch. I haven't got a switch. The switch is the electronic one, isn't it? It's a Big Shot electronic. Oh, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I just think, round the top matches banana plates, yeah. Do you know what? These aren't too bad. I'm a little bit obsessive with trying to flatten them out. I keep spinning them and twisting them. I'm just having a little drink of my kombucha, bear with. It's like keeping your suspense, this, isn't it? Yeah, my plates aren't too bad. Right, are you ready? Now, I have sandwiched it, so it might just stick to both pieces of paper. I tell you what would be better, greaseproof paper. I haven't got any here, but, hello, she's back. I haven't got any greaseproof, but I bet you any money, greaseproof paper would be the answer. It's die cut, but I think I've just sandwiched it to both my pieces of paper. Yeah, we'd need greaseproof. I think I'm rapidly thinking, do you know what I bet I've got up here? I bet I've got, oh, look though. This is interesting. Look. So, we might sandwich the delicate bit, but that looks cool, doesn't it? Oh, I did this on purpose, everybody. I didn't. Doesn't that look good? That's effective, isn't it? So sandwich it in between your cardstock, in between your paper. So you've got really cool little blue bits of paper. But then, taking some of these out, that looks really quite fabulous. Doesn't it? Quite fabulous. Oh, some of them are coming away as well. I like that. So some of them are coming away, and because it's on the back of the paper, oh, that's nice. That's lovely. Oh, the switch. I probably need the switch, don't I? Although, I'll tell you which I do like. We're working at Hobby Maker, but I don't think they do it anymore. Their own machine. the Gempori or whatever it were called. That's actually a really good machine, and it's proper quiet. Is the switch quiet? I can't remember. Now look, I think it is. The switch is lovely actually, isn't it? See, it does, yeah, it does die cut. Use greaseproof, I think, or my wax paper, and I'm thinking I've got some wax paper over there. But look, and actually, this is looking really interesting. So the ones that have come out, I'd definitely be keeping these because I've got, look, and I keep them on the paper because they make really cool embellishments. And then I do that. I think that looks lovely. I would actually glue this back in as it is, or glue it onto something as it is, because I think that looks really cool. Vanessa, you are welcome. That were a good experiment, wasn't it? That looks really cool. And then obviously you're going to cut that down so it makes a really good background, and maybe put it on black or something. Now this is obviously one of the latest dyes. It's from the latest release. If you haven't got this already, this is such a good dye. And it's one of those, we've got a stencil to match as well, but it's one of those that you'll be using it tons. I mean, for stuff like this, it's just such a handy dye to have. And it's just it's an all-rounder, isn't it? If you do just want the dye, you can get the dye on its own. That's shop D94. That is just for the dye. And you can have some spotty fun. If you want the dye with the stencil, and I will be using the stencil within the demo as well. But if you want the dye and the stencil, you can get that bundle. And it's shop Duo. And that's just $21.98. And as you can see, so actually, if I wanted to keep that white and then wanted to ink in, I could do that on there as well, because it does fit perfectly in situ. But yeah, really, really cool duo is that. So if you do want the dye, or the dye and the stencil, you've got that option. But doesn't that look cool? And that's a cracker, and it's different. So yes, these die cut, the die cut easy, I'm glad I did squidge it in between the card, because obviously it would stick to your die without a shadow of doubt. If you don't want to stick it to the card, then greaseproof or wax paper, I think, will do the job. But I think that looks really, really interesting. And stuff like that, again, because it's your texture paste, you can go back over it, you know, if you want to paint on it. There's so many different things. Big Blue Tattered Lace, had it years, love it. Has that got a flat top as well? See, I do feel I'm going to have to get a die. Mind you, I won't get a die cutting machine, because until that, if it keeps going, I ain't replacing it, because that's the kind of girl I am. Because my granddad would have been very disappointed with me. So I'm keeping my die cutting machine. Well, it works. I'm keeping it. Anyway, okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to show you. Okay, I'm dying to look over there to see if I've got wax paper. But if I start rummaging, I won't be back, will I? So I'm not going to go and rummage. So yes, it works with your dyes. If you want your dye, the details are there. I'll just put my plates down. And then next. Okay, so that's one of the things we can do with the Simon Hurley paste. And I thought it were really important to show you something completely different with the paste. Because obviously we've seen the paste used for so many things. I've done so many techniques with them. So it was really nice to use them with a completely different medium. So that's one of the ways. The other way, and this is cool. And it's funny actually, because all these scraps, these look great. And look how stretchy it is. Mad, innit? They're great. So I keep all the scraps, because I'll be using them. I did another one earlier. Let me show you. Let me show you this one. This was on a right dirty plate. But see, that didn't come off on one full piece. But look how cool that is. And that is just silver. But that's the plate. That's how dirty the plate were. Isn't that cool? And that resists, that were actually glue that didn't work. So the glue peeled off some of the dirt on my plate, and then the paste peeled off the rest. Isn't that cool? That's the paste. So if you do want to have a go at this, then either pick and choose your favourite colours, or of course you've got your full one. So you have got that. If you want to go for your bundles or your die on its own, the details are there for you. Shop shop D94 or shop dies. Oh, and the dies, that's the whole bundle. Oh, and I will be talking about those as well. So we've got loads and loads of things. I had a cut and boss machine for years, still going. See, this is a lovely thing about our die cutter machines, isn't it? You know, like, they have been built to last. And I do like that. I do like that we've got plenty of use out of them. It's so important, isn't it? Because they're a big investment, aren't they? But it still doesn't stop me wanting new ones. But I'm being good. Right, okay. I want to show you this because this is really interesting. Curve at the front, flat at the back, half and half. I love that. Oh, I'd like that you at least you can put your plates on top of it. Although, don't you think, with your plates, when you put your plates on top of it, it does mean you end up using the top of your machine as well, don't you, for storage, which is terrible. Okay, yeah, the blue is beautiful. That one is really... And every time you do that print, you will get something different. Every time. Definitely use it on a dirty plate. You will aim not to have a clean plate because of that technique. Honestly, because it's so cool. Right, let me show you this. So, can you see that? Now, that's dry. This is ready to go. So, what I have done, and I want to show you this because this is cool. So, I'm going to get some of the stencils. Now, these are the brand new stencils that have been in the most recent collection. Okay. Now, actually, I'm going to show you... Well, I'm not going to show an A4 because I've forgotten. I've already filled that up. So, I'll show you on the 6x6 one. Now, I just need to rummage because I've got all my stencils in this pile somewhere. Right at the bottom, of course I have. Right. So I'm going to use one of the stencils. Now, I love these stencils. You've got all the beautiful... they're so, so cool. In the stencil bundle, okay, you're getting your gorgeous, gorgeous flowers. I bet I haven't got all the packaging anymore. I've got the roses. I am so bad at this. I don't keep me packaging properly. Because when I start demoing, everything goes awry. You've also got... yay, I've got the packaging. You've also got the beautiful, beautiful tree. Isn't that gorgeous? Lantern Roots, it's called. It's so, so pretty, the movement. And I think it looks like clouds as well. It's so, so beautiful. We've also got... What's the other one in this bundle, Jess? So that's my Magnolia Swirl. Wild Rose, Lantern... which is my Cherry Drift? I don't know if I got that. I'm not sure if I've got that one, you know. I don't think I have. Let's have a see. No, no, I haven't got that one. I haven't got that one. Yes, so you're getting that one. Oh, I need that. When I come down, I'll have to pick that up. That is such a beautiful stencil. I actually saw Janet. There was a card Janet had done with that one, and it's absolutely beautiful. So you're getting that in the bundle as well. And then which is the other one? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the bubbles. And then you've got the bubbles. So the bubbles that go with the die are in this one as well. This is such a nice set. These are... beautiful, beautiful stencils. In fact, I've ordered these for when I do my workshop soon because there's so many different ways you can use these. Now, I'm going to show you one of the ways, okay? Now, with this one, you do need to let the paste dry, but you don't... I'll show you a couple of ways. So, first of all, I wanted to do this because I love the shine and I love the way it stays raised. So, what I'm going to do is take my gel plate. I've put a gel plate down somewhere. So, take my... Honestly, how do you lose a gel plate? So, take your gel... Honestly, I have skills. I've such amazing skills. Really annoying skills, though. You know, like skills you don't want. Skills that your mum doesn't teach you. I'm disappearing again because I'm getting my paste. I'm going to mix up my colours because I keep using the same colours. So I'm going to mix up. I'm going to use a couple of different blues because these are gorgeous. Okay, so where have I put my gel pen? That's really irritating me. You can't be far. I've only been here. Oh, it's behind me. It's okay. Right, so I'm going to use on this one. So that one is Breakup Blue. I love that. What a fabulous name. Breakup Blue. We're also using No Diving, which is fabulous. And we're also using the gorgeous Fake Plant again. I keep going for the same green, don't I? Okay. And I'm going to use, what's that one? Oh, that's the rose one on there, the wild rose. Beautiful. And you can get them individually. So if you do want your stencils individually, that is shop S240 if you want the wild rose. And the rose one is that one, which is just glorious. And that's the one I've done on my other plate. The one I'm using at the minute is our Magnolia Sway. Oh, and Magnolias at the minute, it's time, innit? They're all coming out now and they're the most beautiful flowers. Now, what I am doing with this, and I'm going to show you two ways with this. You don't need to use paste, but I want to show you the paste because it's so cool. But I'm going to show you the same kind of technique, but with paints. So don't worry if you've not got your pastes, or you're impatient and you don't want to wait for it to dry. We've got different techniques. So I'm going on now. Obviously with paste, normally, I will put them on with a palette knife. Because I'm doing this and I want it to be really quite specific where I'm putting the colours, I'm going in with my finger. And also, because I'm putting it on with my finger, I can determine how thick I need it to be. So I can either really put pressure, and if I put pressure on, I can take the paste off again. Or if I leave it quite thick, it gives me quite, oh, that needs to be green. It gives me quite a chunky layer of paste. So it's completely up to me how I load this onto my plate. Now, I think this is fab because it's different and because you will get texture. Now, we're doing this, and this colour is lush. If you do want to go for individuals, you've got that option. And the Breakup Blue, brilliant name, $3.99 there. I think, so I'm sure I saw, oh yeah, $5.99, absolutely, I'm lying to you. I think Sam Nurley said that him and his mum named them. Imagine, and some of them, it's like, oh, did your mum name that? But this is a beautiful colour, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. I love things when I tidy up. Do you know what, Vanessa? It's so funny. Like the tidying up sometimes, sometimes you drive yourself insane, don't you? And it's just, you're like, right, I have to tidy up now. And that becomes a mission in itself, but then you find all sorts, don't you? Now, can you see what I'm doing? I'm taking some of the colour off. So I've put the colour on, but then by just popping a little bit of pressure, I can lift some of the colour back off again. And then what I'm doing is going in with the darker blue and popping in some of that darker blue. So I'm going to mix up my colours. So I'm going to get like a two-toned effect. This is just pure playing. And it's so, the results are cool. Now, when I was playing with this before, I wanted to overlay it with a magazine print, right? You know, we can print with magazines on the gel plate. So I wanted to do that, but it went wrong. Instead of printing the magazine onto the gel plate, I lifted my whole print off of my flower, so it didn't quite go right. I mean, it still looks kind of cool, but it wasn't what I was after. And then I'm going to go in, so that's my blues, and then I'm going to go in with my Fake Plant. Poor old Fake Plant, which I'll use a lot, actually. It's a gorgeous green, is this. So going in with my green. Now, because I've put blue down first, when you lift the print, the colour you put down first is the colour you're going to see. So with that one, because I haven't dragged the blue off first, chances are I'm going to see blue, not green. But I'm not worrying about it too much. But this is kind of the reverse, because the stuff that we put on top of this, it'll be the stuff that we need to lift it off the plate with. So this bit here, and this is why it doesn't matter if this is messy, because we're not going to see this bit. It's the first colour that we put down that we'll see. Now, I love that because you don't really know what you're going to get. And it's that kind of, voyage of discovery. Okay, that's okay. I have been wiping my finger on my cardstock, because as ever, I love that. I love seeing what my cardstock is going to be like at the end of it. There's another little bit there. So I'm going to, where I've taken a bit of the paint off, I'm just going to go in. I've mixed a bit of green in there, but that's fine. Okay, so now I've got loads and loads of paste on here. More than I need, but I don't mind that. Now, what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to pick something, and I'll actually show you the one that went wrong as well. I say it went wrong. It does actually look really beautiful. I'm going to show you that in case this doesn't work when I do a print. Right, I'm then going to take a print. This is me cleaning my brayer, right? So lift this. Now, be gentle lifting it off your gel plate. So gently does it. Dink, dink, dink. And that's your print. Look how cool that is. Isn't that nice? That's your print. Now, I'm going to let that dry. Okay, need it to dry. And with your gel plate, this is why it's nice I'm going on to blocks, because you can actually stamp with it. So I could actually stamp with that. Obviously, if I did, because I put it on thick, it'd move. I'd lose the detail in there. Isn't that stunning? Look at the colour. Oh, I love this. This is such a nice technique. Put that to one side. I'm really hoping it works when I do the pull. Now, as ever, I want to clean the stencil. Such a beautiful stencil. You will use these a lot. They are so nice. I'm going to take a stencil brush, and I'm just going to drag, and this is what I always do, but using that paste, and I'm trying to be careful. I'm trying to keep the green where I want the green to go, but it's a bit more difficult with this. So I am getting green kind of where I don't want it, but it's okay. In fact, I might have to give up on that because I've got a lot of green. Let's just get rid of a bit there. Bit there, bit there. Yeah, we're getting green's everywhere. It's going to be green, but it's okay. We're cleaned a stencil. It's green. Obviously, you can go back in. You know, you can go back in and stencil it. It's fine. But that's cleaning your stencil, and how good does that look? And I love the colour. I love that you've still got that sheen. Isn't that beautiful? If you do want a little bit of fake plant, that is £3.99. Now, what you could do with this... Oh, £5.99 again. I can't see it proper, can I? I'm giving everybody a discount. How generous am I with the people's money? Rude. What you could do with this, you know, right? This is tangent time, everybody. Tangent time. So, dry this off. And this is how you'd layer, actually. So when you're using pastes and stencils, you can layer really easily. So if I dry that off, so it's ready for me to put this back on again, it's dead easy layering it up with your stencil pastes. You just have to wait for it to dry. But because that layer was really quite fine, it takes seconds. And then you're going back in again. Now, because this is, again, I'm being really specific. You know what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to then create another dirty stencil, aren't I? I have to repeat the whole process. I won't, because I've shown it you once. I won't be too obsessive. But then you can go back in, and where you just want that beautiful, beautiful blue. This is that breakup blue, not breakout. Breakout. Who remembers that? Swing Out Sister. Oh, I bet, Jess, you're too young for that, aren't you? Yes, you are. Oh, everyone, she don't know what I'm talking about. Good. I think it were 80s, Jess. It might, yeah, it would have been 80s, I think. Oh, might have been 90s. There we go. So, Jess wasn't born till the end of the 90s. Oh, the youth. Oh, what it is to be young. There we go. I tell you what, I met me up with my mate at the weekend, and me and my mate Rachel and Jackie. And I mean, we've had some mad nights out of me and our Rachel, bonkers nights out. And now, I mean, we went for a little meal, we had like a couple of drinks, and I think we were back home by like 10 o'clock watching telly. What's happened to our lives? And it were really nice. We had a lovely time. It was so nice. And it meant we got up and had a lovely lunch and didn't feel ill the day after. It was great. Now, this is the opposite. So, whereas on the gel plate, what I see, the top is actually going to be the bottom. This is the opposite. The top is the top. And I hope that makes sense. So I'm putting my paste again, and I've changed my blue. So the first one will break up, and now it's the other one, which is no diving. Oh, swimming pools. And do you remember, everyone, swimming pools? You had no diving, no bombing. That's bombing, bombing. Oh, go on, what? Oh, yay! Samantha and Julie know the song, even from that little bit. Oh, was it your favourite? One of your faves? Oh, Brick Girl singing. I remember video. Oh, I used to work back then. I must have been, what year were it? What year did you say? I can't remember year. When did you say? 1987. I were working in, oh gosh, my water stinks. I were working in a little cafe. I used to love it. Oh, look at that, everyone. 1986. I used to love it. I worked in a cafe when I was 16 and I was right bossy mare. Doesn't that look beautiful? That, oh, I was right bossy mare. I were awful. I were right though, but I were awful. I'd have hated to have been my boss. I was vile. Honestly, I thought at 16, I thought I knew everything. I mean, I was right. She ran it into the ground and it was a gorgeous cafe. But, oh my gosh, if I'd have been my boss, I would have sacked me. I'd have been like, get out the cafe, you vile. But, but anyway, there you go. Beautiful. Look, isn't that magnificent? That was cleaning the stencil. Isn't that a gorgeous stencil? Isn't that gorgeous? And I love it because every time I've used this stencil, I've created something lovely. And working on a background that was cleaning my brayer. Now, that would have looked good on the cardstock because obviously the cardstock gives you that look, doesn't it? So if you do want your beautiful cardstock, get the cardstock. Obviously, it's all part of the brand new collection and it gives you such a good print. I'm not going to faff about as much. I'll just quickly go over, just so I'm taking the most of the paid stuff, okay? What's this? No petting, because it was, yes, you're right, the swimming pool. Lynn, Jess had no idea what you're on about then. She just wondered why you were telling us not to do any petting. Yes, it was. No bombing. I worry about that I'm saying it wrong every time. And no petting. Yes, it was. The swimming pool, no petting. And minging, innit? I mean, but you didn't want to see anybody petting in the pool. In a public pool. And the thing is, though, they had to put those signs up. So, because they had to put the signs up, they'd already found someone petting. Oh, I think it's hilarious. Now, you do have round gel plates. This is a lovely little round gel plate. Look at that. Is it 12 inch? No, it's only little. I reckon it's a 4. I reckon. I mean, I'm rubbish with sizes, but I reckon that's a 4. Now, there is on the website, everybody, there's a 4 inch or an 8 inch in the circle. This is definitely the 4 inch. So these are lovely. The little ones, especially if you're a bit nervous about your gel plating. They're fabulous. But you can literally stamp with the smaller ones really, really easily. In fact, you know what? I'm wondering if this will work as a resist. We'll have a play with that. Now, shop circle 4. So if you do want to go for your gel plate, the 4 inch circle, then shop circle 4. Now, I'm going to experiment. Okay, so what I did just now on the gel plate, that's what I've done here and let it dry. Okay, now you can cheat. You can give it a blast with your heat gun. If you're using your heat gun, I would use your gentle one and gently does it, okay? I haven't. I've left this to dry on the radiator. It is actually turned, it's pretty low now, on the radiator, but I have left it to dry on there, okay? Not high. No peeing. Samantha, that's hilarious. I love this. Imagine if someone really random were just looking at our messages. They'd think, what are this lot going on about? No petting and no peeing? What kind of class is Leonie running? Why do people need to tell Leonie not to pet and pee? But yeah, that was another one. Now, this is an experiment because I reckon this should work as a resist. I don't know, so I'm going to practice, okay? Because this is the whole thing about doing these lives. Why not? You know, we're here to see if it works. If it doesn't work, it's not a big deal. But I feel it should do, so let's see. I'm going to use a Distress Oxide. This is a cheeky bit of Salty Ocean because it's on my desk. Now, if you would like a circle, shop circle 4, okay? Because it's a 4-inch one. If you would like to go for that, it's only $13.99. A really good price, and they're just such good plates. And I like the little circles because there's tons you can do with them. And because obviously it's still, what did I say? Did I say $13.99? Honestly, it's because I have to tiptoe. There we go. Yeah. Honestly, how come I'm getting them all wrong? It's hilarious. $13.99, everyone. Basically, everyone, if I tell you a price, don't listen to me. Look at your screen. So now, look, the opposite is happening. I thought this would work as a resist. Actually, what's happened is the paste has picked up the ink. Oh, this is going to be interesting. So we'll do that first of all. And then what we're going to do, because we can, I'm going to get a stamp. So I'm actually going to get, shall I get a stamp? Shall I use the stencil? No, I'm going to get a stamp. And I'm going to use that one. Now, that one was in the release prior, February, wouldn't it? And this is your retro script. Oh, no, it wasn't February. This is an older one, isn't it? I had this on telly just the other day. It's one of the A7 ones. I love this, your retro scripts. August last year, this one. Yeah, I didn't realise it. I know on telly saying it were brand new and getting dead excited. But it's okay. We're new to me, you see. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm mixing up my inks. I'll be dead honest with you, right? You know how our Paula remembers everything about inks? I forget everything about inks. I am literally the opposite of Paula. Paula remembers everything. I forget everything. So I can learn all about this ink and then the day after it'll all be gone. It's like I've got this magic button in my head that erases all information. It's amazing. I was just talking about this, actually. We're making a brew with one of the ladies in the unit, and we were talking about how bonkers our brains are. And yeah, I don't retain information, but I'm stamping directly on my plate. Now, can you see? It's actually sort of, it's pitting. So, but that's okay. Look. In fact, that one's more or less disappeared. So it's reacted with my ink. See, it's reacted with my Distress Oxide. So we won't get a print with that, but that's fine. This is why you experiment. You experiment to find out what inks do. You know, what they'll do when you layer one on top of the other. Might be paints, might be inks, whatever. Right, let's do a print. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to take my plate. Now, remember, it's a Distress Oxide. The Distress Oxide will stay open nice and it'll stay open a long time. I've put paper on here. I've actually got a gel plate underneath. The reason being, because when I actually put my pressure on, I know that gel plate underneath will give me a really nice spongy surface. Same. It done it to your head in. I mean, it means my brain's got a load of empty space, but it also means I remember nothing. It drives me nuts. Ooh, now look at that. You know when I didn't think that black had come through? That black has come through beautiful. Look how interesting that print is. Don't you just love gel plates? I love it. That is complete experiment. No idea what we're going to happen. But doesn't that look effective? So it hasn't happened. It hasn't acted as a resist, which I definitely thought it would. The opposite is true. It's taken the ink, but then you've still got the texture. And the texture is from the actual... So I've made a print. I've made a printing plate. That's just with the stencil and then the texture paste. This is proper experimenting, folks. Just the stencil and the paste has made a print. Now, obviously, I can lift this off here. It isn't permanent. This is not going to stay on there. But it does allow you to create different prints with it while it's on there. I think that is beautiful. If you would like your Distress Oxide, and that is gorgeous, you've got, that is the Ocean, so shop Ocean if you'd love to go for that. If you want to go for that stamp, and look how well, I didn't think that were printing, but the opposite is true. It's printed beautifully. Isn't that cool? Hey, Abs, hello, love. Where are you? Where are you? Are you in airport? Where are you? Have you got your plane? You're not on plane, are you? Does it look good? I've made a print. I've made a thing. I love this. I'm literally just playing, Abs. Poor Jess does have to get... Jess, you will have to give me time checks today. Otherwise, you ain't getting no train home. You have to... We're on 1 hour in. Woo! Right, okay. That's my first print. Right, let's have another go. Because... And remember, tiny little gel plate, ridiculously handy. I must admit, I do like having 2 gel plates on the go. I mean, let's face it, at the minute, I've got 3 or 4 gel plates on the go. I don't expect everybody to do this. I do like 2 gel plates on the go, and it's Lou Sims's fault, this, because... When Lou is cleaning a brayer, rather than clean it on cardstock like I normally do, she cleans it on another gel plate, which means she's always got another print. Queuing up for passport control in Amsterdam. Woohoo! Abs is in the Amsterdam airport. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, have a fabulous time, Abs. Have a fabulous time. Share photos, won't you? Share what you're doing. We all want to see. We all want to live vicariously through you. And everybody's really happy that you're feeling so much better. It was lovely hearing his voice this morning because it was back to being Abs. It was lovely. Back, all full of fun and mischief and ready to go, which is marvellous. So, okay, the next print we're going to do. Now, that has got a lot of ink still on it. I can see it. You can see the blue on there. So we know we're going to be able to get another print, but let's experiment. Let's experiment this time. And I'm going to put my second gel plate out of my way for a second. I'll put white card under here because I realise, because I've got such a dirty background, you probably can't see the plate very well. And look how mucky it looks already. It looks good, doesn't it? Julie's saying, hi, Abs. Oh, doesn't it look good? Doesn't it look good? Yes, the reverse number stamp, if you go for that and put it on here, then obviously it's going to be the right way round. So if you do want to go for your reverse number, use that because that will work. Now, I want to lift some of this blue off, right? So what I'm going to do is actually spritz onto a piece of card. It's Distress Oxide. So I know... that Distress Oxide is going to allow me to lift that colour off, okay? And just a bit of water is going to, look, you can see it. You can see that ink starting to move. Now, I'm only doing this because I want to clean that ink off. And as I'm cleaning the ink off, oh, look at that. What a cool print. Isn't that beautiful? And do you know what? The lovely thing is with this, because we are using a gel plate, we can go back in again. And because we're using a circle gel, well, a smaller gel plate, we can literally go back in and overprint because we can see where we're going. So if you want to go exactly over where we've been before, you can do that. So you can be really specific. So for instance, if I wanted to now colour this in like exactly, you know, just pick out certain colours, or if I wanted to go around the edge of the plate, for instance, what have I got here? I do like that colour though. I think that looks really cool. But for instance, if I use this as speckled egg, another Distress Oxide. So isn't it pretty? Oh, Rachel, hello, love. I'm having a lovely time. My 16-year-old son, at the minute, he sounds like Barry White. Oh, has his voice broke, or is he just feeling ill? Is that it? Does he just feel really ill at the minute? Has he got the lurgy, or is his voice just breaking? Which is it? Which is it, Vanessa? And now are you taking the mickey, or are you being a very good mother? Which are you doing? Are you being very good? Or are you giggling? Which are you being, Vanessa? You're amongst friends, you can be honest. Now, can you see what I've done? I've just gone round the edge, and then all I'm going to do is reprint. Now, because you can see exactly where you're going, I can position this straight over that piece. And can you see? I don't like it, obviously. I think that's too heavy. But it allows me to, feeling ill. Oh, poor love. That's all. Oh, I hope he feels better soon. Does he feel? He's got the lurgy then. He's got the lurgy. I tell you, it sounds like this lurgy's been absolutely awful. Now I'm gonna, because I don't like what I've just done, I'm probably gonna ruin my print. I'm gonna gently go back over this and see what happens. I have so gone off on a tangent, everybody. This was definitely not what I were gonna do. But hey, okay, we're here, so, you know. Now, let me just pop this back on. Like so. I think that's right. And see. If I hate it, by the end of it, we'll put it in the bin. There. No, I quite like that, actually. I still hate this circle around the edge. That's ruined it. But I quite like that. We'll put this to one side. Beautiful, innit? You can do so much with gel plate. Honestly, gel plates are just so cool. They're so cool. And I mean, we still haven't done what I were going to do with this yet. This is still me just playing about with it. You know, we still haven't actually taken what I wanted to do off it. Now, using water, I'm going to use a lot of water this time. So rather than, and I'm going to put the card onto this because I'm using a lot of water. Oh, and I could have put the... Anyway, do this for now. Oh, there's so many things. What I love about this... Oh, he's been off school all week. Wow. Oh, poor love. I hope he's not too stressed. It's awful. Sam, my sister, had the lurgy as well. It sounds like so many people have been poorly. See how light that one is. Oh, and it's interesting cardstock. So this is cardstock that doesn't like water. So you can see how it reacts. But I quite like that sometimes because you get bubbles in it and it looks really quite cool. So anyway, right. That's that, right? So that's us playing. Now then, let me show you what I'm actually going to do with this. I'm just going to lift off some of that ink. So what I wanted to do with this was lift this. Now, by this, I mean the paste, because obviously we've got paste on there. So I want to pull that paste off. So what I'm going to use to do that is paint. So then it's deciding what colour you want. I'm definitely going to go for the white. Now, you don't need as much paint as you think. And I'm definitely guilty of this. I'm definitely guilty of loading too much paint on a gel plate. And I'm hoping this has no water on it because I don't want to water my paint down. So I'm hoping it's dry. So I'm using the Dina Wakley acrylic paint in white and the Legit. Okay, so that's the colours I'm using. I'm using these two because I want them to be quite subtle. Okay, oh, folks, there's so much you can do. I'm using the good old brayer as well. My daughter, she's still got it. Oh, poor love. I don't want to sit alone. Yeah, especially with everything. Oh, I hope she feels better then. By then, you don't want to be just doing a FaceTime or anything, do you, darling? Now, if you do want a brayer, we have got the brayer. It's there on the screen for you. Okay, we've got the 4-inch and we've got the 6-inch. I must admit, again, I probably would, if you can. Oh, no, this is what I was talking about. I'd probably go for a couple because you'll use different ones. I must admit, I kind of want the bigger brayer now. So I've put a bit of white on there. Now you can layer. The lovely thing is with gel plates, you can layer your paint. So if I let that dry, because I've only put a little layer on there, okay. So if I let that dry, I can then start to put other layers on. So for instance, I could take my lovely little stencil, and because that's quite... No, I haven't left it long enough. Let me just give it a bit of a blast with my heat gun. And really, it doesn't take that long to dry, so you can be patient. It does still make me nervous using my heat gun. There we go. I don't use it much because it makes me a bit scared. But it's great because when you haven't got, when you haven't got time, you can actually just let it dry, and it's it speeds everything up. I'm going to use a bit of blue, and I'm actually going to use a little bit of I'm going to put raspberry behind, actually, and maybe put white behind. I might use a little bit of raspberry, because the raspberry will work with that other one. Okay, and then I'm going to take a stencil brush. Really recommend stencil brushes for your gel plate. And I'm just going to pop little bits of my circles. So I'm just going round the edges, pop a bit here. Now, again, some of this I might see, some I might not. But it's all about the experimenting. It's all about seeing what's going to happen, I mean, this is a small surface area. If I were working on a bigger gel plate, then of course I know I'm going to get more of a print. This is only little, so we'll see what we get. Okay, and I was going to put blue, but I'll put blue as my next layer. The other thing you can do is obviously stamp on it, so I could put a stamp layer. I love it, because you will get carried away. If you want your paints, you can get them all individually. You've got that beautiful blue, and there's loads of ways. Well, that's drying. There's loads and loads of ways you can use your paint. If I put that to one side, let that dry, and I'll do the second one. Well, that's drying, okay? Because let me just do a simple print. So if I pop a blob of blue, not much paint, and then a blob of that raspberry. Okay, in the middle, like this. And then really, really simple. Just start to brayer that. Now, can you see that blue? That blue is quite a transparent. Now, if I want these to blend, I'm then going to spin it like this. So my raspberry is still in my raspberry. Okay, and just allow that to start blending, like so. This is when I'd have another gel plate, but I'm not sure if my paint's dry. Oh, might be. Look, this is when you have another gel plate to clean your brayer off. So this, you then clean your brayer off on another gel plate. It becomes really, I love it, because you start getting really obsessed with cleaning, which I never thought would happen. And then do a print. So, and I've picked up dirty paper. I've picked up loads and loads of just scrap paper. Okay, Real Essentials show. It's a little bit of everything. Heard around a cool setting. Ah, yeah, I didn't think of that, Rachel. That's a good tip. I haven't used it with a cool. Yeah, I've just used my proper heat. We do have a heat gun, and I do like there we go. Now, some at raspberry aren't peeled off, but that's only giving me a small texture print. But can you see? I love that, actually. And thing is, with gel plates, it's funny, isn't it? Like, I've done this so many times and got different results every time. I didn't put as much paint on this time, and because I didn't put as much paint on, the print is a lot lighter. Put more paint on, you get a heavier print. So, but I've still got raspberry on there. I'll lift that next time I do the print. So it's one of those, isn't it? The experimenting is just part of the fun of it all. Right, let me bring this back in. Now, if you do want your heat gun, EU, we've got an EU one, so if you are living overseas, we've got the EU one for you. If you're in the UK, we have got the UK one. I really, really rate that heat gun. I mean, I know a lot of you'll probably have it, but if you haven't got it, it's a cracking heat gun, because it's one of those that, because it's gentle, I don't worry about it, about burning things. You know, it's a really nice gentle heat. It gives you a really good coverage as well. And it's not really, really noisy, you know. It's a lovely, lovely heat gun. Now, some of that raspberry hadn't dried, but that's okay. Right, are we ready? Let's see if this peels. So, popping that down. Take a bit of paint off, like that. Let's just take a bit more off so I haven't got too much on my plate, right? Now, I'm actually going to use a magazine print because look how good that is. Didn't pull the full thing off, but doesn't it look effective? And I love that on the magazine. So I was trying to actually put a magazine print on the gel plate. It worked the opposite way. It didn't do what I wanted it to do at all, but I loved it. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking some of my magazine, and I'm hoping this works. Yeah, I got Vogue. Well, only because it prints really well. I mean, it's just a really good excuse for buying a magazine, right? But it prints really well. No, I haven't read it. I've literally just started ripping it up. I haven't even looked at the pages yet. I've literally just started ripping it up. But the thing is with it, it's like, I know I'm not going to be interested in it, but it's got some really good pages to print with. So it's really good, is Vogue. Yeah, everybody recommends Vogue for the print. Now, I'm hoping... Where I go wrong, everybody, is this bit. I'm impatient at letting this dry properly. I'm impatient at letting the paints bond together and then pulling them off. This is the bit I do wrong a lot. And I do it wrong a lot because I'm just impatient. Some people pull in prints or put books on it. They'll let it dry properly. So, yeah, it's one of those. It's I know what I do wrong, but it'll never change because I'm not patient enough. And I have done the opposite as well, where I've been too heavy-handed and then just ripped my paper. So, you know, there's quite a few different things that can go wrong. But now, what I'm going to do is I want to take my gel plate off this, and I'm actually going to peel the gel plate off the actual page. So, let's see. So, just gently start peeling this away. Oh, I don't think it's all stuck. That's annoying. Come on. Some of it has, but some of it... Just do it, Leona. Just take it off like a plaster. There we go. Roll it off. Oh, that bit I can catch it. Yes. Got ya. Got ya. Look, peel it off. Dink. Boom. How cool does that look? Look at that print. Isn't that cool? And then obviously, because it's our magazine, you can just tear this now and use this as a beautiful mixed media page. Isn't that cool? And now we've got a clean gel plate, which I love. Doesn't that look ace? So, there you go. Doesn't that look cool? So we've got a really, really lovely patience. I know it's a virtue I do not have either. I am terrible at being patient, but I love that. Even though I was a little bit impatient, but I can glue that back on again. Doesn't that look cool? Now, so we have got from that one gel plate. So remember, if you want a chance at winning 20 quid, you could buy yourself a gel plate with your 20 quid winning. You can buy a gel plate for under 20 quid. I mean, and this is such a good tool. If you're worried about cleaning it, which as you can tell, I really am not. But if you're worried about cleaning it, you can always just clean it in the sink with a bit of washing up liquid and then leave it to dry. You can condition it with a bit of baby oil. So you can clean it properly. You can do that. As you can see, I get excited about a dirty gel print because obviously I can get another print off that with my Simon Hurley paste. So if you want to win £20, comment win. Not all, but comment win loads of times, right? And also share the live and somebody will win £20. You could buy a gel plate if you want your gel plate. Now that one is your 4-inch gel plate, the 4-inch circle that I've used there. So you could go for that one, or we've got the bigger circle if you want it. I really like all the gel plates, because you can spin them all as long as you've got a block on them on a block, a clear block. You're seeing where you're going. If you do want your shop circle 4, and that'll give you your small circle. If you want your block, that's the A4 acrylic block, shop block. Obviously we've got have we got A5 in stock as well, or Jess? Because the A5, right, we've just got at the minute the A4 and the skinny border one at the moment, so get the A4 for this. It's well handy. And I tell you what, what's good about them, because they're so light and flexible, it means they're not clunky when you're using these. So if you do want your block, shop block. Now, if you want that beautiful stencil, that is just one of the stencils from the new collection. Obviously, the best way of going is the bundle, but we have got them single. So if you haven't got any of the stencils and you just want to go for that one, that's that beautiful, beautiful rose. And I love that on the magazine. See, all of these now, you start putting them to one side, don't you? Because you're creating some fantastic backgrounds that you're going to use for other things, you know, and all these prints from that, you know, all of these from that one print. Obviously, that one I've not fallen out with as much, actually. I'm kind of warm into that one. If you want that stencil, shop S240, and that's that beautiful rose stencil. I'm so pleased with that. I think that looks great. And of course, I've got my other one drying as well. So this one, oh, it's nearly dry actually. That is nearly dry. And that's the magnolia. That is beautiful, isn't it? Isn't that just gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. And those colours, if you want the magnolia, so it's shop S239. That's for the magnolia. And there's so many ways you can use that one. It's absolutely glorious. Now, that's your beautiful stencils. Of course, if you want your bundle, you have got that bundle, shop stencils, and that will give you the whole bundle. Okay, now that's our lovely stencils, okay, with the paste. So that's what I wanted to show you with the pastes. Obviously, make sure, if you've got the paste already, make sure you do your skins, because these are one of the best things since sliced bread. You know, there's so much you can do with the skins. And they look interesting, don't they? Look how cool they look. And obviously, you know, it's layering them. There's so many different ways that you're going to use these. Look at those skins. That's with the Simon Hurley pastes. Doesn't it look good? That looks so good. With the Simon Hurley paste. And I love those. I think they just look magnificent. And that's obviously with it die cut. Beautiful, beautiful. So if you do want the paste, play with the paste, because they will give you some really, I mean, that. I wish I'd have sandwiched them in black card, actually. But I could always ink it. You know, I could always spritz on that. Let's see what that does. Because maybe if we spritz on it, will the paste be... shall we experiment, everybody? Will the paste be thingy? Will it resist? I don't know. So I'm going to use Faded Jeans Distress Oxide. Oh, I tell you what, I'm tempted to... No, just use this, girl. Stick to your Wotsits. Let's see what you do with the magnolia. Yes, I know. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. They look magnificent. They're good, aren't they? They're good. If you do want these pastes... I'm a big fan. Shop Lunar if you want them all. As ever, I've used it, so I'm dunking it in water to clean the nozzle. Really important. That'll really help it not block, okay? Give that a little bit of time to dry, and you can see you can see the difference, can't you? Look at it as it's drying. Isn't that cool? So as that's drying, obviously it's dried on the paper really quickly, on the paste not so. Which means, I love that, which means obviously what we can do is print. Because, I wanted to do it like that, but obviously I can't, I'm being stupid. Because we've got wet paint on there, I think, because it's a wet paint, it'll give me a, I'll be able to pick it up, won't I? So I'm just rummaging through all my paper and card. Let's take that one. Okay. Can you do paste on paste? Yes, Jane. Yes. In fact, shall we do that? Oh, good question, Jane. Do you know what? The weird thing were as well, Jane. I was thinking about that and then forgot. So, yes, thank you. Look, print. So printing, but actually all I want to do really is lift the ink off, because all I really want to do is create a resist, but I might as well lift it off with a piece of paper and then I get a print. Even if I don't use it, it don't matter, it's a print. What I'm then going to do with this is lift it off proper. So I'm going to get one of my cloths so it's absolutely full of ink. So I might end up actually putting more ink on than I take lifting off. So I'm going to go on with a wet cloth and literally wipe over this. So where I've taken the paper off and resist, oh wow, look at the colours coming through. So it does act as a resist with the beautiful, beautiful, oh wow, look, now that one looks really good, with the beautiful Distress Oxides. Oh, that one looks cool. I bet now some of these other ones I can lift. See, that one's dying to come off, innit? Oh, that's so cool. Don't you just love playing? This one hasn't been... I like these education things, because... got a bit carried away now. Because really what happens is I just end up playing, don't I? This feels like I'm more of a play one than ever. There we go. There. I'm going to leave the others on. I'm not going to peel it off. Look how cool that is. Isn't that good? And I tell you what I love, where the papers come off now, I love that that's shiny. I love that these are more matte. I bet if I really tried, I could get more of the ink off, but I kind of like the difference, because I think, yes, it does look lunar. Isn't it funny? We're using our lunar paste, but doesn't that look cool? And that is one of those skins that we made just from the gel plate. Look how different that looks. Absolutely beautiful. And I do like the blue dots because they're really pretty. If you want your Distress Oxide spray, that's the jeans one. So it's Shop Jeans. If you love those pastes, then check those out. That is Shop Paste for those. Sorry, Shop Lunar Complete. Absolutely made that up then. It's Shop Lunar Complete if you want the paste. Now, Jane, yes, let's do it. So, we got this. Let's put the paste over the top. Shall we mix it up though? Because yes, we've got our lovely paint on there, but we can stamp on this, can't we? We can do all sorts of other things with it. So let's have a play, because I've got a stamp here, but I'm having a look at one of my other stencils as well. I'm tempted to use one of the other stencils as well, because hold on a second, everybody. So I've got the circles, but in my little stash here, I have got other stencils. Because I really like, bear with, that one. Oh, sorry, Jess. I bet I have not got the packaging. Have I got the packaging? No, I haven't. Do you know what that one is, Jess? Oh, maybe, it's okay. I'll use this one because I can find packaging. Deco Sunrise. Yay, let's use that. Yeah, let's use Deco Sunrise. Okay. Yes, 206. Because, right? What I want to do is now, let's play. Let's experiment. Oh, I do apologise, everybody. I go off on these flipping tangents, don't I? Me and my flipping tangents. Right, so what I'm doing is I want to use this to print, but in order to put paint on this, I'm going to do a print, and this will make sense in a second. So it's a 2-for-1, and I work a lot like this one. So I'm going to take my iris, and I'm going to go on with, oh, come on. Now, as ever, oh, there you go, you're going. Just make sure with your paints that you've always got next to you, which I did have, a little either piece of wire or a pin. I do have these in my little in my thing behind me, because the amount of times like I need them for my paints or my spritzers or my glues. I think this is it, isn't it? Crafty essentials that aren't essentials. And we all need stuff like this in our lives, don't we? Now, I'm putting a big blob because I want it covered. Okay, and I do actually wipe it off. So I've probably put way too much on there, actually. So this is Iris. And then Bodalicious. Oh, Bodacious. Bodacious, which is beautiful. Way too much paint on there. Way too much. But it's okay because I can lift some back off again. And this is when you're lifting back off again, I have a separate thingy. A separate gel plate to lift back off again. So, for instance, as I'm putting on this one, I'll have another plate. I have started, I know I've started sort of mixing things up and getting it a bit confusing. But I quite like that. There's a lot of paint there, but I quite like it for what I want to do. And I've got a second print. With my second print, and I'm also going to use paper. With that second print, what I can do, let's do a print with the second print, okay? So I'm going to take my circles, put this on here, and I'm just going to line that up with the edge of my block, like so. This is my second. This is the one I'm not really doing. Oh, me and my tangents. But I love this. I can let that dry. Okay, so that's the print that I'm not even really using, but it's a good print. Let that dry. So that's a come back to in a few moments' time. And I do this all the time. This is why I forget things, you know, because I never do just one thing at once, do I? I'm always doing about 20 things at once. Now, this is where I'm using this stencil, and I'm going to do the same again. So I'm going to take my card, squidge in, and lift off the excess. But actually what I also want is the paint on the stencil. So I'm doing prints. This is why it's nice having extra plates. So that's a print. Okay, lovely. We're not really using that. We will, obviously. That's cool. Putting that to one side, because what we're actually doing... Are you confused yet, everybody? What we're actually doing is taking this paint. Jess is like, I am. I have no idea. Right. So what I want to do is now put the paint on here. Now, some of it might transfer, some of it might not, because it might have dried too quick. But I'm hoping you see what I mean. So hopefully some of that paint has transferred onto there. Do you see what I mean? So it's a way there. So it's a way of putting a print onto here that's not a heavy print. Now, what I could have done is just put paint on there and done exactly the same thing. However, I've done it this way because I've created extra prints, you know. So I do it the long way around because it means I've got more prints. However, if you haven't got loads and loads of gel plates, then just put paint on there and then put it on, and you'll get that print. Hopefully that makes sense. I've obviously got a lot of paint on there, but it's pretty much dry, so I'm not worried about that. I'll put that to one side. If you do want that stencil, it's a really nice stencil. Did you manage to find that one? I would yes. Oh, she added up. I just missed it. Everybody else saw it. It's just me. A top tip with your brayer, and I keep forgetting to do this, when you're stopping, don't leave it like that. Leave it like that, because sometimes when your paint's wet, it sticks to this. So just be careful with that. I do it all the time. I do it wrong all the time. But just be careful. It's say what I do, not as I say what... Yeah, you know, that one. If you want that stencil, shop S206. Love this. Loads you can do with it. I mean, that's a really nice print in its own right. And we'll be able to lift the print as well now, because we're going to lift the print off this. Plus, we're going to be able to lift the print off that. So we're going to get, again, 3 different prints from that one, which is why I didn't just put it on the stencil. obviously we probably won't see this today because I need it to dry. But I'm still, I tell you what, if it doesn't dry before the end of the session, what I will do, I promise, I will put a picture and let you see what it looks like when I've done the print. Now, what I'm also going to do is stamp, because again, why not? And actually, I might use, I'm going to use, and I know it's going to be back to front, but that doesn't really worry me, because I just want the design. I'm not bothered about, you know, what it looks like per se. But this is the Lost Ink. Stunning, absolutely stunning. Now, I'm using Distress Oxide. I have I think that when I then put the wax, the thingy on, the paste on, I feel this might move because it's water-based, you know. So I've got a feeling it won't dry or move, but I'm experimenting. Let's see what it does. And I adore this because, I love putting prints on gel plates and layering. It's so effective because you can create so many different looks. It's just, and there's that many cool stamps that you can do this with, and it's just a case of layering it up, and then because you can't see what you're going to get at the minute, and it's that bit, isn't it? You know, when you actually do your print, what is it going to look like? It's so exciting. Yeah, they look beautiful all collaged together. Absolutely. There's so much you can do with it. Okay. So what we're going to do with this, let's go back to the Simon Hurley paste. So I'm on the floor again because I actually want quite a light paste over this one, because obviously I've got that really nice iris. Now you have got the solar paste. With the solar paste, however, because they're iridescent, so you kind of want to, with the solar paste, you kind of want something dark for them to bounce off. So you could put the solar on, and I might actually put the solar on just to see what it looks like. Shall we do that? Let's try a bit of solar just to see what it looks like, because they are gorgeous. They're gorgeous. And I tell you what, if the blue hasn't dried enough, it's going to move it anyway. So we'll get a bit of colour anyway. But I love the solar ones. They're so beautiful. And I mean, they're iridescent. So at first it looks like there's nothing in there. But oh my gosh, when you put it on dark cardstock, or when it catches the light, they look so yummy. If you do want shop solar, and again, make skins out of this. Experiment with them. You got all 6 colours for $32.35. Now, and I didn't show you this because I waited until I had the dirty plate. This is how you put your paste on. So how I did the skins before, this is exactly it. And it's this easy. So all I'm doing is literally just putting it on. So it's like buttering toast. What you do need to do, however, is make sure, and you can see that gold. Can you see the gold? Isn't it beautiful? Could you stamp on a clean gel print and then transfer it to the one you were cleaning, you are creating, and it will turn it the right way around? Yes, Lynn. Yes. You could. That's a really good idea. I didn't think of that, Lynn. That is way too, working stuff out for me. Is that almost hurts my head, Lynn. But yes, that's a really good idea. Yes, you could. You could. And obviously there is that other stamp that AALL&Create do that's already reversed. So have a little look as well, because that is on the website. In fact, someone got the name before. Does anyone know what number of it? But yeah, it is a reverse stamp, isn't it? And that works because that's already the wrong way around. So it's perfect for this. So I was going to mix up my colours. I was going to put the blue on this as well. In fact, I might put a bit of blue, but I did get carried away. I got carried away, but buttering my toast with a bit of gold. But let's put a bit of blue on, beluga, just to see what it looks like. Clean me doodah a bit. I've got so many sort of prints. Oh, that blue is delicious. And it has picked up. No, well, and our Jess has just said it's not as blue as she expected because it's iridescent. And the thing is, if this goes on black cardstock, and I'll show you in a minute, I was going to bring dyes in and everything, but I've got really carried away. Or, an hour and a quarter, I've got loads of time. If I went onto black cardstock, I've got scraps down here, it would give me an incredible iridescent sheen. Like, I mean, this is awful. I don't know what I were doing here, but it's awful. But look at that. Look at that iridescent sheen. And these are so cool. So depending on what you're working on, it'll give you a different look. And I adore that, I think. And that's why I wanted to experiment on this, just to see. I mean, it might be great. It might be awful. Who knows? But it's okay. Even if it's awful, you always find a way of using it, don't you? Like that one I've just shown you. I mean, that was awful. But I'll find a way of using it. Do you know what I do when I'm in Hobby Maker? This is terrible. I haven't confessed, but I'll do it here on a live. I raid the bins. Isn't that ridiculous? But yesterday, there's a really good piece of craft card in it, and I was like, I'm having that. I die cut it and used it on one of my demos. I thought, I think no one sees me, but I don't really know. They probably do. They probably think, oh, what is she doing? Going through bins. It's like a game. It's almost like, treasure hunting. but going, yay! That's it. There's proper TikToks of people doing it. People go skip diving and everything, don't they? Hey, they find some treasure. I tell you, oh gosh, who were it who I used to... I think actually, Jess, it were at Old Place. There used to be someone who worked at our Old Place and their daughter used to do that. She used to go through one at bins and it were opposite a charity shop. And she used to get loads out of that the charity shop used to throw out. And she used to get loads out of it and then sell it on eBay. Anyway, there you go. Bin thief, I know, Peg, but honestly, you get such a sense of accomplishment just because you've raided something. You've repurposed something out the bin. Now look, when you turn it over, how good does that look? Let's hope that works. Okay, so we're going to let that dry and see what that looks like when we peel it off. I love that the gold has really come through. Ain't it good, you bin dipper? I know. I think I prefer bin diver than bin dipper. I don't know. Bin dipper sounds a bit, sounds a bit weird. You bin dipper. I mean, I've been called worse. And actually, I'm very proud of myself. Repurposing, everybody. Repurposing. Right. Talking of repurposing, let's go back. So obviously we've got that little gel plate. This is a gel plate when I was cleaning. Now, do you remember? So when I was cleaning my brayer, I had the purple on here and then did a print. So one of the beautiful things about gel plates is now that's dried, we can layer. So I'm going to layer it and I'm going to put on, let's have a think. Let's use some, where are you? Where are you, very bright fluorescent pink? Let's put on a bit of stalks. Now, yes, exactly. One person's waste, another person's treasure. Honestly, Vanessa, I get so excited about stuff like this. Does everybody know about Debbie Moore's Chateau? Does everybody know about our Debbie Moore? I think everybody does know because it is the standard joke at Hobby Maker that she literally talks about it every time she talks. And do you not know, Jess? Our Debbie Moore has bought a chateau in France. Yeah, but oh my gosh, I mean, it's so much work. They're having to do so much work on it. I mean, they're really, oh, she's so funny. She does make me laugh. But they're doing this work on this chateau and she keeps telling me stuff she's found. Oh my gosh, it is so exciting. Like she found in one of the rooms just, suitcases, old-fashioned suitcases full of lace. Witchcrafter at the thought of that has just gone, oh, I'm going visiting Debbie. Me, absolutely. And she did say, if you want to come out, and she's given me some dates, actually. I'm like, yes, Debbie, I'm coming with a van. I tell you what, I go to London with an empty suitcase. Debbie, I'm going to go with a van. I'm not really. She probably won't let me visit with a van. But isn't that exciting? Well, my van won't make it. My van won't make it up an hill in bloody Rosendale. My van, honours. Well, I need someone to look at my van because I did try and go up it wasn't even a hill. It was just a little bit of it was just a slope, and yeah, it tried to get up a slope and smoke started coming out of it. That's what you get from buying a van down where it's flat, isn't it? Because as soon as you bring it up north, the M62 nearly killed it. Nearly killed me, let alone the van. It nearly killed me. It dropped to 20 mile an hour on 62. I thought I was going to die. It was awful. Anyway, so let's lift this, shall we? Let's see what happens. So we've put the pink on. Might be great, might be awful. I mean, who knows? But just peel it off. It's brilliant. It was a bit dirty. Like, look, I don't know what this is. Oh, it might still be a bit of me rose. But look, there's still a bit of green there. Isn't that cool? But that's just layering. Granted, I'm not sure about my colour combo there, but I do love the print. And that's just, again, that's just your waste paint, you know. With this one, what's that one? A van and empty suitcase, absolutely, Shelley. I were going to take a van and empty suitcase and my cousin, because he can lift things. Honestly, I'm planning such an excursion. This is the other one, okay? So this one you can just about see through my dirty plate. You can just about see. So I've put some pink on. Let's put some white on as well, because that might lift it a little bit better. Now, these paints, yes, I'm using them for gel plates, but you'll be able to use them for all sorts. They're really nice paints, are these. They're beautiful if you're using them in your if you're using them in your the word is, I know, I've lost the word, journals. They're great for your journals. Oh, honestly, it just wouldn't come. It's well annoying when that happens as well, isn't it? When you're listening to someone and you're trying to fill in the words. But they're great for your journals. They're just beautiful, beautiful paints. And actually, I mean, I know I've been using them with gel plates today, but we will give them a bit of time with just the paints as well on another session. But, I mean, today's all about playing, isn't it? Can I come to Debbie's? Everybody wants to go to Debbie's. Do you know? I tell you, it's so exciting. You can follow her, you know. She's got a YouTube channel all about her chateau. As our Debbie, I think it's probably called Debbie Moore Chateau. But Oh, now that sounds familiar. The person who used to own it were a doll maker. Yes, because she's found loads of, I forgot this information, she found loads of moulds. There's loads of moulds. And I'm like, Debbie, you can't get rid of them. You cannot get rid of moulds because they're all faces, doll faces. How cool. Yeah. I mean, it sounds really creepy, which is why I was like, oh my gosh. I want them. I want loads of doll faces. How cool would that be? Anyway, right, let's see what this has done. So we have got, so this was the one that was the print. Oh, love it. So this is the one that was just using the paint. Look at that print. Isn't that beautiful? And look at all the detail. I love now. Do you remember when that raspberry didn't pick properly? The raspberry's picked off. We've got the pink there and we've got the white. Even though that pink is a neon pink, when it's here now, it's really been knocked back. The raspberry, because the raspberry on first, it's a raspberry that's sitting on the front there. So you've got all those beautiful paints. Allegro paints, can you use them on gel plate? Yes. Yes, you can. I have absolutely been using my Allegro paints. And you can mix your paints. Don't stick with one brand. You know, you can do all sorts with them. And oh my gosh, I mean, there's so many techniques that you can use with it. The lovely thing is as well, so for instance, with something like this, I could then go back on it and overprint on this. Or even, let me use let me just do something dead simple with this. I'll just try and move my heat gun there. So let me get, for instance, one of our stencils again. So if I just take this stencil, right, now I want this to pop. So I want something that's going to stand out on that. So I'm either going to go for white or black. I'll go for white. Okay. Oh, Lizzie, have you just found us? And Shirley, oh, ladies. Oh, that's such a shame. I tell you what, it's worth catching up. We've done a lot of goodies today, and obviously we're like a good hour in at least. So yeah, you can always catch up, and we are going to be loading all the Facebook Lives that we've done onto YouTube. So they will be on the YouTube channel. And I tell you what, the lovely YouTube channel, it means when you're watching on there, you can fast forward, which is fabulous. So anything when I'm just banging on, you can always fast forward. Now then, look. So this is easy. All I'm doing is taking the white paint and stippling through. It's not pure white because obviously this were dirty, but it means... And actually, I've not gone through proper, but I kind of like that. But it means I'm using that beautiful background. So immediately that background becomes something. You start to lay, you start to add more interest to it. And I love things like this because you use your backgrounds, you know, you're creating your stunning backgrounds. And remember, of course, I'm working on plain cardstock. I don't need to. I can work on the gorgeous cardstock that you've got with your AALL&Create, and we should do some of that as well. I am very, very mindful that, now what else are I going to do? Let me just remember my bits. Oh, I've still got an hour. That's good. See, now that don't work as well because it's sort of it mixes too well into it. So if it doesn't work as well, that's not a problem. Just go back in again. Now let me see if I can line this back up again. That's a big flower there. Okay, so that didn't work as well with white. So let's not use white. I am going to use black. I always go back to black. Sounds like a song, doesn't it? So where are you? Black. Yes, I have. So I've got the black paint, okay. And of course, oops, daisy, put too much out there. Of course, it is an acrylic, so you can water it down. You can do all sorts. So popping this over the top like so. And I'm just stenciling this through. Now, I'm not being too gentle, actually. Really, I should be stippling, you know, because the way I'm doing it, I'm going to be forcing paint under that stencil. I'm not doing best practice. I'm doing lazy practice, but it looks ace. See, doesn't that look cool? That's beautiful. On the pink, on the purple, looks so effective, especially that one, where you can see a bit of the white. See, that's when I wasn't doing it properly. That will show you how not to do it. Don't be lazy. Don't do what I was doing. Stipple it. Stippling it will give you that perfect result. That is lovely. The white, then the black on that pink background. Beautiful. And now I want to do it with that one. Oh, shall I do it with that one? Oh, Leona. I am messing about now. But it looks so good. I want to do it with that one too. So let's line this back up again. And then I'm going to move it slightly. Okay. I really hope, who's not got the stencils yet? I really hope you've got the stencils. They're so nice. And you know what? I mean, as you can tell, I can't be bothered, you know, putting all my tape on and stuff like that. But of course, if you want to tape this down, you're going to be able to, so you don't pick up the other image. But I tell you what, yes, it's there, but even with this big stipple brush, it's okay. I'm not picking up the other image, so as long as you're careful. And I am stippling this time, I'm not being lazy this time. And that means, oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And doesn't that work? With that background, it works such a treat. And I love it because now that background sort of makes sense. Now you start to see why you use your backgrounds and how you use your backgrounds. Because it just looks, yes, and I love them coming out the circle. This is why I love those circles. I just think they look so interesting. And then cut it as a bigger card, allowing that image to fall out the circle. It just looks fab, doesn't it? Absolutely love that. Really, really effective. If you do want that stencil, look how dirty mine is. If you do want that stencil, shop S240 if you haven't got it already. If you would love to get that stencil, however, if you would love the black paint, and that's the Dina Wakley paint, shop black, only $3.99. I got it right this time. Yes, I did. I can see that three. Just $3.99. It actually is $3.99. So if you do want that, please go for it. I'm going to show you that one again. That were the one that I did before wrong, but I love it. And I tell you what I love. I love the fact that it's not perfect. That was that beautiful magnolia stencil, and I flipped it. So that's how I've got that long magnolia, and that was with the Simon Hurley pastes. So if you do want that, please put with her face in the background. And that were meant to be, I meant to be printing her onto gel plate, and it absolutely went wrong, but I love that. I love that. I think that looks really cool. Maybe a bit spooky, maybe a bit scary. Now, okay, I might go back. Let's go back and just talk about some of these paints now. This one, this is looking interesting, isn't it? So remember, this is where I started. I'll do this and then I'll do a regular normal print. Okay, I've kind of done all the faff and then I'll do a normal print. So I'm loving this because this looks really interesting. And this is where you can see all the paint, and this has dried now. Now, with paint on gel plate, you can actually peel it off because it's an acrylic paint. So if I want to, I can physically peel this off. So if there's something I don't like, I'm just going to peel it off. But of course, we can go over the top and we can create a print. So let's do that. Let's do a model print on this one. And what we can do, obviously, is add different layers. So let's add that gorgeous stencil. And we're going to have a bonkers one on this one. Let's be really bright and bonkers and fabulous. So let's put some green down, first of all. And pudding, it does look bonkers. And I love that though. And this is the big 8x10 plate. And I just think it's interesting because, you know, you can do all sorts with your gel plates, and having bonkers prints is ace, because why not? You know, we might as well, mightn't we? What's the worst that's going to happen? Again, we do a print we don't like, so what? This is lovely. I really love the bright colours. This is tubular. And the thing is with these as well, if you're just painting, for instance, if we're literally just rummaging for white cardstock, if you're literally just painting with these, you have got a lovely selection of colours. See, it's a really nice green is this one. It's got a proper neon to it. But can you see it's quite a translucent paint? Now I'm looking for something to go over the top. There we go. So, listen, and this is why for your, see? It's a translucent. So this is why when you're using it for like your layers, this is why it's so good, because you can really layer it, because you can see under it. So it really works when you're doing all your layers, but it's still really gorgeous and bright. It's very effective, is this one. It's a lovely paint. And I do love that about this. Like with, oh gosh, here she goes. Even I get annoyed at myself sometimes, because then I see another paint and it's like, oh yeah, there's that one as well, because this is lovely. I love the neons. Look at this. I'm being careful because I've got that down there. I think I've fallen out with the purple, but I'm hoping. I tell you what, sometimes this is when I'm doing stuff like this. This is when, because I'm not very good at sticking to my the colour wheel. In fact, I ignore the colour wheel. But this is when it's really obvious when I do stuff like this, that I don't pay any attention to colour wheel. Oh, I haven't used the colour cubes yet. I have heard everyone talking about them, but I haven't seen them yet. And see, I'm terrible. I don't look at stuff like that. I just, oh, look how it layers. I just wing it. That is beautiful, isn't it? This is where your paints absolutely come into their own. The way you can layer. Look at that yellow over the green. Isn't that nice? I love these. I mean, for the layering capacity is magnificent. So definitely, when you come into your, you know, playing with your oh no, I've no stippling brushes clean. When you come in to use them with your journals and stuff, these are definitely a one to go for. They are so lovely. So I've no clean stippling brush, so yeah, definitely have a look at these, and just pick a few. You know, if you're not going to go for the full collection, just pick a few, but they are magnificent. I'm gonna have to do it with my finger because I've not got a clean stippling brush. They're all mucky. And I'm definitely not using a mucky one with this. See what I mean about my colour theory? Green and purple and yellow. Honestly. I just stick any colours together. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it looks awful. And it does. I admit happily that sometimes I get it really wrong. I am the girl who creates a lot of mud, though. And again, it's because I don't stick to rules. With I just get a bit bored looking at the colour chart. So, and it doesn't stick in my head. So it's like every day is a voyage of discovery. Now, with the paints, you have got some that are like this one, for instance. So this is your evergreen, which... Let me just go over this one. I love that I'm now using these. See? And that is more solid. So, but even though it's more opaque, I can still brush this out. So I can still brush it out to get that translucency going on. Aren't they lovely? Oh, I love them. I'm loving my magazine. I like using magazines though, because look, you can start chopping out words, can't you? And it just looks good, doesn't it? You know, when you're using them for your, this is why I'm happy I bought Vogue. Who knew I'd ever buy a Vogue magazine? But I love using magazines when you're using them for like, just collages in your journals, because they look magnificent. And I tell you what, that will look well good with the cardstock. I'm dying to do that now. Hold on. I'll stop. I won't go off on that tangent, but I am going to do before end of this. I'm going to use that with my thingy, with my cardstock. Okay, so let's put this on. And because I'm putting it on with my finger, it probably won't be too heavy either. And then we've got one patch here, one patch here. Let's go one patch here. Oh, I'm feeling this could take me a long time if I'm not careful. Okay. Pop a little bit here, like so. Voyage of discovery. Oh, it's all a voyage of discovery. And sometimes that voyage goes really wrong. Sometimes I get lost at sea with my voyage of discovery. Sometimes it's like, oh, I better be feeding that to sharks, because there's no else good for it. Right. Okay. And there is still time to enter the competition, everybody. While you're watching me, type win. Win. One at once, not a lot. And obviously do share as well. But if you do enter the competition, someone is definitely going to win £20 at the end of this. So please, have a little look. So please type win and someone is going to win. I'm looking at my mum's Avon brush as you speak. That's hilarious. Does she still want it, or are you going to be hacking it up? Your poor mum's Avon brochure. Oh, I love, and it's quite nice sometimes. Like, just cutting out random pages is great, but you do have to be careful. I did one on TV once. I took one of the magazines I bought, and it were arty, and I took it on telly, and I didn't notice that because it was arty, it had some dodgy pictures in it. Because obviously, you know, it were all about the art. So yeah, it had a little bit of anatomy in it, which was interesting on live. I know, right? Live telly. Like, no one noticed. It was one of those that were like, there's a bit on that, but it's okay, we'll gloss over it. So I'm going to put white. Oh, see, this is where I want to put yellows and pinks, but part of me is like, Leone. The part of me is saying no, and the other part's going, just do it. So the part that won was the do it. Let's see what it looks like. Let's just see what it looks like. Now, because these are translucent, you get different effects on your plate. So, again, experiment. Experiment with the different types of paint that you've got, because you'll get different results. Some of the paint's already coming off there. You'll get different results, and that's the exciting bit as well about your gel printing. I'm mixing the colours, so I'm getting I'll probably hate that, because now I created this sort of soft pink as opposed to that beautiful, vibrant neon that I really wanted. So experiment with paints. I mean, this is, yes, as you can tell, this is why I love it. Now, well, that's there, and I've got wet on here. So as usual, get rid of my paint, but put it on there, because that's going to be the base of another print. Put these to one side. Make sure you're printing while it's wet, but let's lift a little bit oh, no, just do a print, Leona. Otherwise you're going to be here all day. Right. Let's just do a print. Let's see what it looks like. So, as usual. Oh, easy. It's a live shopping TV task on The Apprentice. Yeah, I like that as well. They're always really rubbish, aren't they? They're so rubbish every time. I don't think I've ever watched it where any of them have been really good, and they can't do the voices in their head at all. It's well funny. Yeah, didn't they did it at Ideal World once, didn't they? I think they might have done it at Ideal World a couple of times when Ideal World was Ideal World. But yeah, that's it. I think they used Ideal World in past, yeah. I'm sure. In fact, I'm positive they did. It's probably on YouTube somewhere, is that? I'm sure they did. I'm sure I'm not making that up. But yeah, it's funny. Oh, I'll have to watch that. Right, and Pete, are you ready, everyone? And I can see some of it's worked. Some of it has, some of it hasn't. We've got all sorts going on. Oh, it's either going to be awful or it's going to be the best thing since sliced bread. So can you see some of the paint dollops have lifted, some haven't. Oh, I love this. Isn't that cool? So right at the beginning, ages ago, when we put on that 3D paint, look, how cool is that? That is ace, isn't it? Looks like a 5-year-old's done it. But I do love it. I love that. I think that is so cool. And look, my paint wants to lift because it does. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? I love that. And that's one of those that you might be chopping up. Doesn't that look like a fabulous abstract? I love that. I think that looks absolutely fabulous. Fabulous abstract painting. And I love that things like this are great, aren't they? Because, if you frame that, imagine how much you could sell it for. I mean, the things that you could actually create with your gel plate, and that is just playing, isn't it? Just playing. Now, what we're going to do to just as a last little demo, because I'm not going to go to the full 3 hours because poor Jess does need to get a train tonight. So what I'm going to do is show you, and I'm going to do it on the little circle one. I'm just going to take a slurp of my good old kombucha. Bear with, everybody. I'll read your messages while I do. Looks interesting. Done it. 5-year-old's done it. That's definitely what my granddad would have told me, Sam. He'd have definitely said, oh, so a 5-year-old's done that. There's no doubt about it. One person's art is another person's like bin fodder, innit? Bear with. Whereas I loved it. But yeah, it's funny, I can hear my granddad's head. I can hear my granddad's voice in my head many times going, what are you doing, Leone? What's that, Leone? Because they did talk like that. And he always used to, he were right funny with my granddad. I'm off on a tangent now, telling you stories of my life, but it was so funny, because he did used to, oh, you don't want to do that. Has anyone seen Victor Meldrew? That was basically my granddad. He was lovely. I adored my granddad, but he was funny. Oh, you don't want to be doing that. What are you doing that for? And he would. This. He'd just think I were bonkers doing things like this. Now, what we're doing, let me just see if that'll stick. No, it won't, because I've already got paint on it. I'll have to lift this paint. So, what I want to do a print, and I want it in the same place. Now, you can get positioning tools. What we're going to do, and I'm very aware that this is a bit slippy on here. So, I tell you what I've got. Everybody. Under here, I have got one of, there. I've got a tacky mat, actually. So I'm going to use this because I will be able to line it up properly. You don't need this. The only reason I'm using this is because I'm slipping all over the shop. You don't need to use a tacky mat, but I'm using a tacky mat just because I can position it perfectly. There's loads of different ways you can position your tools. You can obviously use... you can use positioning tools. You can literally, and the other thing I'm going to do is just tape this down, just deciding where to put my tape. So you can use your tape on, just on your surface. You can use your block just by lining up your block. But because I've got so much going on here, I know I'm not going to be able to do that. So what I've actually done, I've created a hinge. So now I know I'm going to be able to position this back down again. Okay, I actually don't like where I've put it. I've put it a bit too close to the edge. I would go in the middle of the circle because I kind of liked it, but it's irrelevant. So go there. That's much better, okay? And that one, what's this one? That is good liner upper. Oh, liner upper. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Liner upper. And that's it. Your liner upperers, Victor Meldrew character, was, oh my gosh, was it? Oh, the character. Oh, not the man himself. I didn't know that. I didn't know they killed him off. Oh my gosh. Hold on a minute. Idiot fans out flowers on the spot like it was real. I would, Lynn. Oh, Lynn, I would. I didn't realise they killed Victor Meldrew off, though. Oh, Lynn, this has took a turn. I didn't realise that. Oh, my gosh, that's quite shocking. Poor old Victor Meldrew. Right, okay, so what I'm doing with this, right, I'm creating a background. Oh, I should have gone on to the cardstock. I'll do one background, then I'll do another. Now, so first, let's do a bright one, okay, because you know me, I like my brights. Now, if I'm doing a proper, I know I've got white on here already, so it'll give me a bit of a different background. I'll just go on with the one colour for starters. I remember this is kind of translucent. I've said I want to go on with one colour, but I think I might have... No. Just use your one colour, be good. Okay. Let's put a bit more on just to make sure I've got a coverage. Okay. So, popping my paint on, like so. Vanessa, what don't you believe? What, that they killed Victor Meldrew off? Oh, it's what Victor Meldrew used to say. I don't believe it. Yes, he did. He did. And that is literally what my granddad used to say. Oh, I don't believe... No, he didn't used to say, I don't believe it, my granddad. He just used to play... He used to be more like, what are you doing that for? Well, what are you doing that for? Oh, he was so Victor Meldrew. Sorry, I'm using me stand then just to clean my brayer. Right, first layer, okay. Let's use this one again. And then I'm going to take this off. So that isn't my first layer. This is my second layer. So lift that. Okay. Oh, I should have done a solid, actually. I've changed my mind, everybody. Love that. Isn't that cool, though? Doesn't it look different because it's on this? I just think that's so cool. I have changed my mind what I want to do, obviously. So I am going to lift this. Oh, but I do love that, though. You're all chatting about Victor. My favourite when he's answered the telephone. And it was that tiny puppy. I don't remember that. That's so funny. I thought you were going to use a plate. No. Oh, you mean this? No, gel plate. I'm using that. Or did you think I was going to use this to actually print on? No, because I think it would be hard work. on that. I'm doing my gel plate. Now, because I've changed my mind, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because I want to do my background first. So, let me do this. Okay, I'm going to lift this, see if it'll lift. Let me just see. And then I can start. Oh, not really. Nice though. Okay, so let me put, so I'm going to put my pink back on here, okay? So I've got pink on, I'm going to do another layer. Let's do another layer, but this time let's do a lovely little orange layer, okay? So let's do an orange layer. And I have got my other gel plate, of course, that I'm going to be doing my things on, okay? So I've got this one that I'm cleaning my brayer on. So every time, you don't see it, but every time I'm wiping my brayer on here. So that cleans my brayer off, okay? So I know that I've got that. Now, let's do my first, this is my first sort of print, if you will, even though I've already done a couple. But this is my first kind of print, all right? And that has given me, oh, I love that, dirty gel plates. If you don't want extra sort of texture, make sure your gel plate's clean. I love that. I love that texture. I just think that looks cool. And can you see the circles underneath it? So that's our first one. Because we've got the anchor, we know exactly where it's going to print. So we know where we're going with it. So I know my next layer is going to be really cool, okay? So my next layer, let's bring in that beautiful pink again. And all I'm going to do with this is just create a line. Okay, let's do a dollop there. And actually, let's do a little bit more. Let's do a bit of a bigger dollop, right? Because we're layering. I love this. With your gel plates, you're layering it. It can be quite easy, but tremendously effective. Go back. And it's just interesting to see every time what you're going to get. You know, it looks really interesting. Another gel press on my need list. Yeah, I tell you what, it's what's this one? Subs just said that cleans my bra off. What? I don't know what you're on about, Lynn. I must admit. Look now. Look at that. So, just that beautiful, look at the texture. How cool is that? Isn't it nice? And I just think as you start doing all the layers and start seeing all those textures coming through, every time it makes it look really interesting. So you get really, really cool prints. Now, this time I'm going on with lemon. So this isn't one of the fluorescents. This is for the different one. Now, some people do clean the brayer. I do not clean it properly at all. Eventually, I peel the paint off because it's really good fun. I don't spend time cleaning my brayer. Some people do, and you will hear people who, you know, are quite obsessive about that. That's not the way I roll. So, but it's up to you. No. Oh, now if you want the 4-inch circle gel plate, now you know how I said you don't need to panic at this point. You do. If you want the little gel plate that we're using, that is only $16.99. There's only, did you say just 2 left? There's only 2 left, everybody. So I know I tell you you don't need to panic and blah blah blah, but at this point you do. If you want that, if you want the little circle one that I'm using, then you do need to go and check your basket out. I'm so sorry. You put in shop circle 4, but then you will need to go and find that link and check your basket out. Or, of course, just go on the website and check it out. But whichever way you're doing it, check it out, because the first ones to get it will get it. Otherwise, you're not going to. See, I love that. So you've got those beautiful circles. This is so effective because you're just building those layers. This circle now that's on there, I'm going to go back and see. I might be able to pick that up. It might have dried already, but I'm going to see if I can pick that up, which I did. A bit, but that's fine because that wasn't a print, you know. But I'll do one more layer. I am kind of wishing that I had a clean gel plate. I've got green on and everything on this, but I like it. I like it. Right, okay, what colour now shall we go? So I've got my fluorescent orange, I've got my beautiful pink, I've got that gorgeous yellow. What should we go for? The blue's lovely. The blue's lovely. Now, the blue's lovely, but I tell you what, the blue, because it's quite, again, translucent, it looks quite effective. In fact, let me show you. Okay, so if I put this here, get my brayer again. So let's pop this here. Let's just put, I'm just going to put a streak of this. I'm not even going to put a full one. Oh, Natalie, I'm so pleased. Oh my gosh, just get the plate out. Oh, Natalie, I mean, it's just such a brilliant, brilliant toy. And if you've got the starter kit, you've got everything you need there. So all you need to do is go for it. Doesn't that look cool? Doesn't that look cool? Right, now then, we're gonna, and this can be quite scary but fabulous. Let me just have a rummage, because I'll tell you what I want to do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, everybody. Right, so I know what I'm going to do. This could look quite scary, but it's wonderful. I love doing stuff like this. So, you know your beautiful ephemera. Now, you could do this with your ephemera. You could do this with your dies. So, you know your beautiful dies. These are the brand new ones. I love these. I think these are magnificent. Now, the number of these ones is... Oh, I would like, where have they printed the number? Sometimes I am more stupid than I even realise. Oh, good grief. That's hilarious. Sometimes I do feel like I'm just, it's all empty inside. Now, okay, let me think. Yeah, so now, this, are you ready? You might be scared by this, because what I'm going to do is use black. Okay, I love doing this, because all that beautiful work you've just done, you're going to black it all out. But this is magnificent. So what I'm doing is putting the black on, and then, so I've created a background, okay, but put my black, and I've put black on my other gel plate and all, which now looks interesting. So then, now, one side of this has got that beautiful print, the other side's plain, so I'm printing on the other side, because all I want is the design. Okay, so I'm going to put one design here, and I'm going to have a little look through. I'm not going to take that because I can't see the pattern of the leaf as clear. However, these ones, you can really see the patterns. So if you look from the other side where you can't see the colour, you can really see how effective those leaves are. So just deciding where you want to go. So let's pop it there. You do want to do this while your paint's wet. Don't faff for too long. Okay, and now, Natalie, is there anything you shouldn't use? Do you know what, Natalie? I haven't found anything yet. You can use your alcohol inks. They'll work. Don't use anything sharp. So don't use anything that's going to cut into your plate. Oh gosh, I've used all sorts. I've used gel mediums. I've used texture paste. I don't really like using anything that's super glossy, not glossy, glittery, because I find, you know, if they've got big particles, I worry that they'll sort of stick into my gel plate and ruin the surface. So I don't use anything like that. That's, you know, that's got big particles on it. So glitter paste and stuff like that. I normally avoid that. Oh, I missed a bit there. But otherwise, I haven't come across anything yet. Like I say, and I've used lots of... When I first got my gel plate, I was nervous, like a lot of people. You know, I was more cautious what I use it with. I used to actually clean it and everything. I got over that. But yeah, but then I forgot to be, oh, look, and this bit's going to be good as well, everybody. Now, this is why I love the gel plate, right? Because peel this, let that dry. Oh, yeah, mica as well. Now, mica powder, because getting that off would be a bit of a nightmare. actually. Oh, you use them on the gel plate. Now, Julie, I'm interested about that, because do you put them directly on and then pick them off with something like... Yeah, because when I think about it, I've just said they'd be made to get off, but you can use sellotape. Yeah, so that's rubbish. What do you use them on, Julie? I'm interested. I haven't used my markers. Right, are you ready to see what this has done? Look. Isn't that cool? So... all those beautiful colours. We've got all those beautiful colours behind it. And then the black, I love things like this because I think that looks super, super interesting. We haven't ruined our ephemera because we've still got the print side. It's just that side that's got paint on it. So we haven't ruined the ephemera. We've literally just used it as a mask. But doesn't that look cool? Oh, Julie, I'm going to have to practice with micro. I've got some on my desk here as well. Now, we've also then got this print, okay? So this is ready to go as well because obviously we have created, that's now dry. Make sure it's dry. What's this one? Loads of crafty stuff I put still unopened. Oh, get your stuff open and use. This is the thing, isn't it, though? You buy things and then you forget you've even bought them. And then you forget how to use them. And there's so many cool techniques out there. But that's the beautiful thing about this, isn't it? You know, you experiment or you see other people experiment and then you're like, right, I'm having a go. Now, the colours I'm using this time, I've used the raspberry, I've used the lemon, and I'm going to use a green. So I'm not going as bright this time. I'm going to use that evergreen, okay? So I'm using those. And this is the paint that's left. So this was the bit that's left over. Okay, thank you, Leonie. Oh, it was great seeing your demo years ago and encouraged me to buy it. So happy to see you using them today. Oh, it's wonderful. The black just sent my anxiety. They're soaring, but it looks stunning. Yeah, I must admit, I did a print once. I was doing a workshop, and I like to create a really like bright background and then black it out. I love that. But there was one lady who couldn't handle it at all. And that's it, isn't it? You know, some people can't get on with stuff like that, whereas I love it. Right, I'm going to take some of our beautiful brand new cardstock. I do not know which pack I'm picking this up from because I've obviously split it. Now, this is so nice because you've got both sides. One side, you've got all that gorgeous colour, okay? The other side is ready to craft on. And there's no black on this. So this is going to stand out, okay? So I've got my paint lined up. And now let's just blend this paint. So you're going to get a real mix of paint there. And we're hoping that it'll pick up the black. Okay, now that my gel plate, who knows what that's going to look like? Probably awful, but that's okay. And that's another one of those. That dirty gel plate's another one of those where you're gonna use your thingy on that, your texture paste, your Simon Hurley paste on it. Okay. Right, it's one of the brand new cardstock, but I don't know which one. It's definitely A4, but I mix them all up, I'm afraid. My TV pack's beautiful, but my used pack is a mess. But it'll be one of these. Ooh. Or Jess reckons it's in jumboed up. It's definitely A4. I really recommend these. There's so many ways of using them. And it's just beautiful. Jane used it to trace a pic from a magazine. Oh, interesting. What, Julie, are you talking about the mica powder still? Or are you talking about, oh, I'm interested now. Oh, see, there's that many techniques. This sounds like something I haven't done, Julie. Right, I'm really rubbing. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to let it dry. I'm trying not to be impatient. So I'm trying to allow it to dry so it actually lifts properly. And that's why I'm faffing. Does the cardstock come? Yes. So the cardstock, well, I'm letting that dry a bit. I can show you some scraps. Yes. Oh, and I tell you what, Arlene. So this is the brand new stuff, okay? In fact, I've got one of the packs here. that isn't a mess. No problem, love. No problem. So, this is one of the brand new cardstock. They are really lovely. This is your jumbled up. And it's stunning because what you've got, in fact, this is, funny, shop P31. I got the right one. But on one side, there's all this texture. So this is kind of stripped back. But on the other side, you've got all these layers. They are so nice because you can cut these out. Aren't they cool? And everyone is different. Obviously, it's 350 GSM as ever, so it's heavyweight cardstock. I love it. There's so many ways you can use it. The beautiful ephemera just looks so good with it. Honestly, they're so cool. But the other side is so crafty. You know, like that side, all these things that we've been doing works. Done it, you know, maybe not with that, but maybe. I love it. Don't you love stuff like this? Don't you just love? Because then, I mean, this is cleaning my gel plate with tape, which is magnificent. But look how good it sits on that. I mean, isn't that cool? That, everybody, is a bit of packing tape that I've cleaned my gel plate with. Put it on that cardstock. Put some of your ephemera on there, and all of a sudden you've made something that looks seriously cool. Doesn't that look good? That's a bit of cleaning me gel plate. Granted, I had some good stuff on that gel plate, but how cool is that? What about our lovely, I'm on a roll now. See, look how good that looks on there. Beautiful. Oh, I love this bit. Can you tell? Because all those gorgeous layers we've created, you now put it onto this, and it's all of a sudden, it works. You know, all those layers. Don't they look good? These are on my wish list. How big's your wish list? Is it massive? I tell you what, though, they're beautiful, aren't they? I love doing this bit. I love looking how things work together. You know, I must admit, the ephemera, look how cool that looks. Look how good the ephemera works with that cardstock, with that layer I created. Doesn't that look good? And it's got a bit of, I think that looks quite industrial, doesn't it? Quite architectural. And that's got an industrial look, but then you mix it up with your beautiful leaves, and it just gives you a completely different look. Or, obviously, you bring your circles in. Maybe you bring that in, and then bring your leaves in. So you've got layers on layers on layers. Fabulous, innit? So, yeah, if you do want your cardstock, I mean, it is just stunning. This is only one of them. You get this, or you can get this, in A4, then A5, and then A6. Or you've got the other pack as well. Or, of course, you can go for the big bundle. If you're going for the big bundle, it says shop papers. They're not paper. They are absolutely cardstock. I mean, and they're beautiful cardstock. And I love things like this because with the smaller ones, right? Hold on. Off she goes. Tangent time. So, look, because with the smaller one, because you get it in A6 as well. Oh, I forgot I were doing a print. Look, we can take this, and then we could actually, can you see there's life there? Look, we can put a little life in there. How cool is that? Because the A6, it's a bit smaller. Look at. Isn't that cool? Love that. Anyway, if you do want your cardstock, that's available for you. If you want your ephemera, that ephemera sold out on telly like yesterday. It's lovely. It makes any project, and it makes your projects look so cool. Shall we see if this is actually done? Oh my gosh. Hey, I tell you what, let it dry. I've got to clean. I'm going to tell you now, right? I have been gel printing for years. I never get a clean gel plate like that. That is because I never let it dry. I have now realised I have to distract myself in order to let it dry properly. Look at that print. Now, how cool is that? Isn't that good? So, we have got, from that background, we have created that print, which looks ace. And then we've created that background, which looks ace. And I mean, obviously, because we used the ephemera, I'm not sure, did we use? Oh, we used it that way up, didn't we? Which means it's that way where we could sit it back in again. Why can't I? Oh, yeah, because I have to do it that way. Oh, that hurts my head. But anyway, you could still put it back on. No, I don't like it. But I do quite like that. I do quite like that, though. Doesn't that look cool? Doesn't that look cool? Oh, I love that. I am so happy with these. Look how clean my gel plate is. That, everybody, means I need to start being patient with my prints. Now, what time is it? How long have I been chunnering on? Oh, Jess. 20 minutes, right. One more thing, and then I promise I'm going to go. Right, we've got a right dirty plate here, okay? Now, dirty plates are great because we can do things. You know you were saying about mica? Let's give it a go. Okay, and you know how I said, oh, mica, that's going to be difficult to get off your plate? Well, right, you, Julie, who said, no, it's great. Let's put it on. Let's see what happens. Now, I'm expecting not to be able to see this, but we might be able to see it. Oh, I'm very tempted. What's the worst that can happen? All right, I'm going to put a bit here, see what happens. All right. It'll wash off. I'm going to pop a bit there, but I'm going to pop a bit here. Because what I'm going to do with this one is, and I love this because this is, again, another way of cleaning. Now, I'm going to take parcel tape, okay? So, with your parcel tape, now you can use sellotape, but I wanted something that I was going to see the other side. So with your sellotape, when you take a sellotape print, and this is something I'll be doing another day. I'm doing this in my workshop. I'm trying to rummage everybody for my sellotape print because I've got one over here. But there, it's not a very nice one. I don't actually like it. But can you see the sellotape and then you put it on a piece of paper so you get a sellotape print, okay? But I didn't want to. I wanted to try something different. So I got my brown tape and then what you're doing is peeling. The tape doesn't like mica. But that's okay. Oh, I quite like that. So burnish it. And you're lifting. And what you're going to do is get these really interesting backgrounds. Now, if anything's still a bit tacky, just go back over and start trying to lift the bits that you haven't got. Now, with these, right, I like things like this because, again, and I showed you a bit of the packing tape on that cardstock, didn't I? And this is exactly the same. That is just this. It is just cleaning a gel plate. For starters, you're cleaning your gel plate, but you're getting these really cool prints. If you do it with sellotape, and let me show you the difference. I've only got small sellotape. I picked some up the other day, ready for my workshop, and I picked a right chuff because there was some in Lidl. But that's what I say. Oh, yeah. Now, that circle plate, there's one left. So if you want the circle plate, I highly recommend it. If you want that circle plate, there is now only one left. So you do need to check your basket out. And that is a little 4-inch one. Obviously, you've got all those other plates to have a go with. I mean, I'm lucky. You know, I've got quite a few plates. I recommend having more than one if you can, because it allows you to do what I've been doing and clean. This was cleaning my brayer. So rather than putting the paint on, and what I'm doing here is overlapping the sellotape. If you've got wide sellotape, you don't have to faff with this. That's why I bought some wide sellotape. Yeah, Jane, come to the workshop. We're doing gel plates on workshop, Jane. I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know. I've got so many techniques I want to cram in, but I'm very excited. And then I've got another workshop coming up in May, which is actually a full day gel plating. A full day of gel plating. Can you imagine how much mess we're going to get in? Honestly, my mind's whirring. Right, so now with sellotape, so I've overlapped it. Bits it doesn't like, but that's fine. Burnish. Where's my burnishing tool? Burnish. Okay, try again. There we go. Burnish. Sometimes don't burnish, because you might want to put it back on something else, you know, and pick something else up. Maybe you've got another dirty plate. Like maybe with this one, where I've just got mica, maybe let's pick up some of that. I don't know if the sellotape likes mica. Let's see if it does. Oh my gosh, it does. That looks amazing. There. And now, when you've done something like this, what you then need is a gel medium that's matte. Or basically anything that's matte. What you don't want to do is that. Because if you then go over with matte, it knocks back the sellotape. Because you don't want that horrible shiny sellotape finish to your work. Oh, I've just got to do that because that will irritate me. So if you put a matte medium on this, look for on the website, because I bet you any money, I would guess this is the last test of the day. A matte medium. It's a matte medium, but it will be matte. So something like either a gel medium or anything like that dries matte, because when you stick that down on your project, so for instance, if I stick that on my project, I don't want it to be really shiny, because that looks like a piece of sellotape. Right, that's the one. So there's an Art by Marlene. Boom, well done. So there's an Art by Marlene gel medium that's matte. You put that over the top, that knocks back the sellotape, so you're not going to get that shine. So that's a way of cleaning your gel plate and creating a cool background. So, and look, yeah, I take it all back. Mica's great on your plate. It works, and it's absolutely, and it comes off. So yes, mica. I've never used mica on my plate. Oh, there you go, everyone. I've experimented. I think that might have been Julie who said about using mica. Now, where's my May workshop happening? I can't remember. I think it might be, I know, right, Retford? Maybe it might be Retford. I will put it up. I'll put it on because it's not part of our collective. It's a different one. Is this one? I'll put a link up on my Facebook page tonight, everybody. Yeah, I've been really rubbish at talking about it because I keep forgetting it's even happening. My brain isn't in May yet, so May comes as a right surprise. But I will put a link. I do, well, you know, actually, I've been really having trouble sleeping recently, truth be known, because yes, my brain has been mental recently, and it whirls. Like this morning I woke up and, the other night I didn't sleep because I was like, I need to order some paints for my workshop and I need to, I drive myself insane. Yes, it whirls a lot. What am I? I was going to deny it, but yeah, it whirls tons. It's ridiculous. I drive myself bonkers. Right, last thing, and then I'm going to let poor Jess go home, because look, I cut all these out. Now, I know, right, I was using these for workshop, for the telly yesterday. Oh, I love this die, because look what we were doing with this die yesterday. So this one is, it's your brand new one. Where have I put my board? I've got a board. So good. Look, I've even got a board, love. Oh, how good is that? So is it Woodsy Vibes? Woodsy Vibes? Yes, it is. I love this. I love this. It is so cool. So with this one, right, I have cut some lovely little elements out of this one. All I'm going to do is show you. Oh my gosh, I mean, there's so much you can do with it. Look, I made a stencil as well. I was going to use that, you know, when we were doing the gel plate, but I used the ephemera. I were actually going to use these on the gel plate and use these as the print, because they would work magnificently. But what I wanted to do was just show you how good some of these prints are going to look. Because, let's face it, when we've done all this, what we're going to do with them? What are we doing with all our prints? Let's use them for backgrounds. So, obviously, the sellotape one, we need to knock that back. Because, I don't know about you, but that's, the shininess offends my eyes. And I'm sure it does you as well. However, you know, if you're using that with those bits, I mean, can you imagine how beautiful that's going to look behind that? You know, really, really gorgeous. And you don't need a complete, the complete thing, because just a little bit of that colour coming through and then layering up some of those leaves, I just think looks magnificent. So, using your waist for your backgrounds. But what about, I mean, our other waist one? Hold on a second. Sorry, I've got sellotape. I've got all sorts. Let's just get rid of that tape. Oh, our lovely, lovely peg. You need to, in order to get that beautiful, beautiful die, you need to type in shop D93. But I think the way you're putting it in, it's not registering it. So it's shop D93, and then it'll register it. Lovely peg. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? And look, that one now, the dies that come with it, in fact, I mean, they would look good, the black ones, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they look beautiful? Or even, and this is actually cut out of the cardstock. Even the cardstock would look gorgeous over that, because it looks more subtle with that cardstock, doesn't it? And you could even bring in, with the frame, because you don't need to use a full frame, so you could actually start trimming the frame and having that coming up with some of the actual leaves coming off it. I think that would look magnificent. I adore this this set. And then what other backgrounds have we made? We've obviously done our gorgeous Simon Hurley backgrounds. I mean, as soon as you look at that, it's like, well, that's going to work. Because can you imagine that? Doesn't that look cool? Well, this die or that background. Yeah, that skin is lovely, isn't it? It's a good skin. It does sound gross, but it's lovely. Doesn't that look beautiful? And it's one of them, it's like, oh, I like the black though. But I use a lot of black, and sometimes it probably is a bit too harsh, but I really like it. But then, when you start bringing on your leaves again, and again, I've cut these out of the cardstock, the fancy cardstock. But doesn't that look beautiful? And just some of these lovely leaves. And the leaves in the dies, can you say they're textured? Oh, have I put my waxes back? Oh my gosh, I have. Look, I can show you. I'm going to stop then because of time. Look, I'll just show you with this die because it's proper textured. Do I want to do it on my black one? Yeah, do it on the black one. And this will make it pop. There, that's it. I didn't take my my waxes into telly, so you couldn't see the texture proper. But as soon as you go over with a cheeky bit of wax, I don't think you've got this one. No, it's a Lisa Horton one. But you'll definitely have waxes. I bet you've got, what waxes have you got on your website? I'm not sure what you've got. You'll definitely have waxes. Because, but all waxes are great. I haven't come across one I don't like. But look, isn't that beautiful? Have you no waxes, kid? Oh, you need waxes. You need waxes in your life. I can't. Oh, by Jove, I'll have to change that. There. Look at the texture. And all the dies do that. They've all got texture. But let me show you one more background. Because it doesn't go with my rose. My rose is a standalone. But it's these. Look at that. Now that skin, look how good. I mean, I chopped that bit off. But look, you move it. That bit. Because all of a sudden now, when you look at it, with that die, or with this over the top, all of a sudden, especially that border, look how organic it looks, doesn't it? Chop that end off. Look how organic that looks. Doesn't that look cool? And then, again, you start building up all these beautiful leaves. It's so ridiculously easy to use because you start building up all these lovely, lovely leaves along the side. Or, of course, you use your ephemera, whatever you fancy. But these are the leaves you get with that die. So they're all parts of that die. And just popping these over the top. Doesn't that look good? And it looks so good on that background, doesn't it? And then I'll tell you what we're doing. For a sentiment, because your cardstock has got loads and loads of sentiments, take a sentiment from your cardstock. In fact, let's just do fabulous. And because the sentiments, there's loads of sentiments on the cardstock. I really like that because it means I've always got a sentiment, and I can just pop a little fabulous in there. Isn't that fab? Now, I'm going to stop because Jess needs to get a train home. I'm going to show you the mess I have made. Are you ready? Hold on a minute. Look at this. Look at this. I might even take it off its holder for a minute because look at this. I'm going to show it because it makes me laugh. So, and remember, right, share, type in win because we're going to be getting the winners. All of this. Look. Then there's this all piled up here. Type in win. Type in win. Yeah. Look. Don't it look good? But look at this. It's all here. And then when I spin round, are you ready? When I spin round, it's all around me. And then behind me on the radiator. Isn't that hilarious? There's Vogue and my pace. Isn't that hilarious? And my awful slippers. Look at my slippers. I know. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And this is the kind of place I work in. And I tell you what, it makes me happy. It makes me happy. Love the new dyes. I love the new dyes. They're so nice, aren't they, Shelley? And I tell you what I will do, because this is still drying. Oh, it's very much drying. That's still drying. I'll let you know what it looks like. So when I peel it, I'll put a picture on their Facebook so you can see what it looks like. Because yes, I really hope you've enjoyed yourself. I really hope you've had a good time. I've done so many prints. I'll take photographs and I'll put a copy of the different prints. I mean, I'm not finishing anything, obviously, but I'll take photographs and I'll put a picture of all the different prints so you can see some of the prints that I've created. Obviously, there might be, I'll put them on my wall and then eventually I'll give that away as well, eventually. I might have to do that on one of these lives as well. But yeah, I hope you've had a really good time. Be really quick, type winning loads and loads of time because we are going to be pulling the name out the hat in a few moments time. But thank you ever so much. If you've loved anything I've used, do have a look on the website, see what goodies we've got. The gel plates, you've got loads of different sizes. You can start small if you want. You can have a second gel plate to clean your brayer off, or maybe you're going to go large. Maybe you're going to be like, mate, give me the big one. It is up to you which you go. And they all work in the same way. You know, whether you're printing, whether you're stamping, they all work in exactly the same way. Just don't be scared of it. We will be doing more gel printing. We've got a live next Monday, aren't we? Next Monday, next Thursday. And then I'm having a trip to the London on Tuesday. And of course, then on Saturday? Then Saturday, it's going to be the Hobby Maker Show as well with our lovely Janet. So there's loads and loads to look out for. But thank you ever so much. Remember to type in live so you never miss another live that we do. And obviously you can catch them up as well. Let's do the prize draw, Jess! Yay, hit the button. Let's see who's won. Drum roll. She's clicked on the wrong button. Drum roll. Here we go, everybody. Who has won? Oh, I need a drink. What on earth? It's not, I can't see anything now, Jess. It don't come up on mine. It didn't come up last time either. Has someone won? So, someone has won, but someone has won, but your name is Chuamamama. What's the actual, what does it say? How does it what, Chuamamama? Chihuahua mama. Oh, well, hopefully it doesn't come up, so I haven't got a clue. I'm just chunnering. I'm just doing what Jess tells me. Chihuahua mama, you have won! Yay! What does Chihuahua mama have to do? What does she have to do? Email contact at AALL&Create and they'll be able to issue your voucher. But yeah, email in. That's hilarious. Chihuahua mama, great name. I didn't see Chihuahua mama come up. That's really funny. But congratulations. She's going to comment, and so we need no good name. I know, Julie. There you go, Julie. If you ever fancy changing your name, there you go. I can't spell it, but well done. People must be able to see. Did people be able to see your name came up? That's hilarious. Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, Chihuahua mama. Chihuahua mama. That's brilliant. Chihuahua mama. Congratulations. Oh, is it because you own a chihuahua? It is. Chihuahua. She's a mama to a chihuahua. I bet that's what it is. Chihuahua mama. Yeah, boom, I'm on it. There you go, drop mic moment. She's a mama. Only because my dad's just got a brand new chihuahua. Yeah, what was that? What did she say? Duh. How did you not get that? Oh, I know it took us ages, right? Chihuahua mama, I love it. Anyway, congratulations, mama, have a new chihuahua. Yeah, my dad's just got a brand new chihuahua. Called it Willow. Looks well cute. Willow. Beautiful little Willow. I know. Right, everybody. I'm going to take my penny off and walk away from this absolute mess. Thank you ever so much, everybody. It's been wonderful to have your company. I will see you next week. I'll see you on Sunday. I've got a live on Sunday. Have a lovely evening. What day is it? Thursday. Have a lovely evening, everybody. Take care and thank you. There will be a run of all the different products I've used. So if there's anything you missed, there's going to be a reminder for you now. Okay, then. Thank you very much, everybody. I'll turn my mic off, shall I? Hey, we've had loads of people. Bye.